Killing them and taking their money is not the solution.
I don't have to kill them to get their money.
She just has to imply sucky $5. And not tell them what she's sucking.
I just didn't have to imply it, considering.
Yeah. Come over here, big boy. Got what you need.
Hey, a big boy.
Okay, so we have
I think that
everyone.
was still one of my favorite gaming sessions of all time. You and Sarah trying to play hookers.
Don't forget Dow was there too.
And Dow. I just specifically remember Sarah being like, "This is so cringe," and you going, "Hey, a big boy."
Hey, a big boy. Come out to play. In Dolly's defense, she normally hasn't had to flirt. People are normally just throwing themselves at her.
He's like, wait, I actually have to roll skills to get this done?
Oh.
You didn't even have me roll, but because she had to flirt, that's why she got played like that. She was just like, I don't know how to flirt.
Okay, that didn't work. Okay, this is all the rich bougie people I can get. Alright.
Dow actually has some dice in seduction.
I have dice and intimidation.
I'm imagining a mission now where Dow has to use her dice in seduction, and then like immediately afterward, Livra's just beating the shit out of the target.
Don't touch my girlfriend. Are you making bullet storm?
Well, that's actually the thing about doing high noon, because Bulletstorm, from what you said, is just dude in suit.
Yes, very much.
He's just Agent Coulson looking like a photo.
Can we make that canon? Can he look like Agent Coulson?
It's your character. You can look like whatever the fuck you want.
Although I feel like Jesse should be like Mexican.
So, my real question was, do I want to, how hard do I want to lean into the cowboy motif implied by high noon?
Right.
Does he have spurs on his boots?
That's what I mean. It's like,
no spurs.
it's like, how deeply do I want to lean into this?
Wait, in which game?
Agnostic.
We flesh Jesse out. He's a speedster, gun-toting, can't miss tech whiz.
Rootin' tootin'.
His name is High Noon. Unless he's working, and then he's, Bulletstorm. Which I really like Bulletstorm.
Oh, I thought you were just like, unless he's not working, then he's called low tide.
Yeah.
Joke's on you, he's always working. He's the man in the chair, he doesn't get to take a day off.
Oh, that's some union issues right there.
Mm-hmm.
You know the people in the chair have a union?
That's okay. You can't complain.
Alright, let's see.
Not if they work for a Sierra character.
I'm aware. I'm
imagining almost all of Sierra's characters are union busters.
She doesn't care. She doesn't know anything about unions. She's only been here for a few years. The first couple, she was trapped inside the mansion, so she wasn't allowed to leave.
Can't put the wagon on the map. So.
Why not?
Don't forget the carrot.
The wagon has
Well, no, it's just.
I still like that sun.
No, I was populating
yes,
the future
oh,
map, and it's inside of a building.
Oh, yeah, the wagon would not be inside of a building. This is...
Yeah, so. So I was like, yeah, I don't think I'll do that. Okay. Do people want to wait? Do people want to wait for our newest member, or?
That seems to be the polite thing to do.
I'll
Okay.
give her a few minutes. She
That's
did
it.
say she was coming.
I know normally we just do the 15-minute rule, which is I'm fine with.
Okay, just making sure.
I'm playing from my phone. So I'll have to move me.
What am I missing? Elite. That's right. Smith. There we go. Cool. Since there's no space left, Khalid will be in front of the line when you guys get here.
Who will be?
Right.
Okay, must say. Considering you guys are getting off the boat here,
It's a little less of a sausage fest.
if I remember correctly, must say what you guys were thinking about doing was making your way into town to drop off his family.
That was the idea, anyway.
Though I do believe we still need to address
Dropping off Tricky Link and
the Dark Lord.
what's her face?
Which Dark Lord?
He wanted this place because doesn't she have to be made aware?
Yes, unless you just want to dish them. I must say, there's two things you can do. You can either just drop them off the boat and let them live with the poor people, or you can basically just leave them as farmers, or you can take them into the city, speak to the Dark Lord, and ask her to basically watch over them and actually protect them from anyone coming to try to actually, kidnap them or kill them or whatever.
Yeah. He
Must up to you. Do you want the Dark Lord's protection, or do you just want them to be, or just let them take their chances just by living here and hope that they can hide well?
Well, he knows that all of them will hide well. So he'd want to get the protection of the Dark Lord.
So, and after that, it's just a hop, skip, and a jump over to Barovia.
We're not going to Barovia. I don't know where this up in there with us going, but we're not going.
I hear the guy who runs the place is really nice.
Barovia is close.
Who's nice for what it is.
Closer than it was when you were in Darkon, but yeah, close.
I want to go to Macarena. So I'm going to go to Macarena or Boca.
Borka?
Macarena.
I'm purposely calling it Boca.
Where's
Trying to make
Macarena?
it sound like it's a vacation place.
I'm trying to figure out what she's talking about with Macarena.
I think she means Markovia.
I'm calling out to make it sound like a vacation place.
Marco. Oh. Okay, yeah, sure. It sounds like fun. Kind of, yeah.
See? Let's go there.
Yeah, let's all go to Markovia. I approve.
I approve too.
Oh, yeah, that'd be awesome. Let us all go to Markovia.
She is starting up her laptop. Are you going?
And you know right now, I'm letting you know right now, if you head to Markovia, it is I'll let players know just because your tour guide right here will actually know. Markovia is effectively just a battle heavy map.
Ooh, let's go.
I'll say
Yes.
there's very little story to be had in Markovia, just lots of fights.
Yeah, all I'm hearing is lots of XP.
Lots of war.
No war. Just the war is between whoever steps foot in here and the residents. As soon as you cross over, it's a war against you.
They don't take kindly to
But it's a
trespassers.
war nonetheless.
Yes, you versus the country.
You versus
You
their
must say
law.
you versus the one. Must say you
Once
versus
we've
the
gotten
one living.
stronger.
I must say you versus. I must say it's basically you versus Victor Frankenstein and all of his monsters.
It's that one. Okay.
We can literally go there and farm XP. Like, let's go.
We can also go there and die very premature deaths. This is Matt talking, not Rayon.
Yeah. You don't have to die.
It's not.
Let's
It's
get
not.
one
It's
thing
not
very
a
clear. Matt doesn't
It's not
like
a
Babel.
I'm about to say it's not an unwinnable thing, but anything that is effectively alive here is designed to attack anyone who is not effectively the Victor Frankenstein of this area. So if you fall asleep, birds will attack you, squirrels will attack you. Everything is engineered here to attack anything that comes across the border.
Let's go! Come on, guys, let's go!
Awesome. I'm about to say, I mean, if you guys never want to get a short rest, sounds great. Or a long rest, or any
What
rest.
do you mean? David's got that magic thing. We can all hide in it.
Only if he likes you enough to let you in.
I think by the time we get there, he'll like us enough. I think he's still confused by what I am, so.
Yeah, I don't even know. It's like you're light, but you're a person. It's weird. I don't think he's actually seen you doing anything that approaches anyone else's power. Outside of turning into a, person of light fire.
Light fire.
Family guy.
What do you mean you haven't seen me do anything that approaches anyone else's power?
But I don't know one thing. You can shoot. You can shoot rays of light.
Very effectively. Not as effectively as some of my other characters, though.
Lynn,
Oh,
come here.
I also have the power to speak into your mind, like I'm sitting right next to you.
Yeah, come on.
His master probably did that.
What?
His master probably did that.
I mean, Army could just be a psychic. Like, psychics do the same thing.
That's what I mean. It's like it's not gonna, probably not gonna get a reaction from people because like, oh, anybody who knows certain spells can do that. It's not that impressive.
Already?
depends on how long you can do it.
Titan.
Okay. Well, it's too early to feed him now.
Lay down.
Oh, I feed him at 7:40.
Okay, go ahead. See you later.
I'll feed him at 8 though.
Okay.
40.
But we are so tiny.
Oh. How long were we on the boat? Just 4 days, right?
That sounds right.
Okay. Okay. Just double checking.
Spent about 4 days, and you spent roughly about like 4 days in the mist, yeah.
Okay.
Whoa, no. Just chicken.
Oh yeah, you weren't there when I did my scaring the shit out of the people.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Technically, I was off on my own little corner.
So Nyx hasn't seen any large display of power outside of transforming yourself.
Sounds like her laptop takes as long to boot up as mine. Sounds like her laptop takes as long to boot up as mine.
Did we level up?
Nope.
So we're still level 14?
Yep.
Okay. Wow, this is a big map.
Yep.
It's a whole city.
This is not a jury map.
Titan did not like that joke.
Oh shit, maybe, oh, no, still not a jury map. Also, what's up with that line? Is it? Oh, is it the money divisor? Is it poor people to the south, people who matter to the north?
You will find out if you try to cross that line.
Mhm. No, because he was just out there. Hmm.
He says I must defend my territory.
Titan. Titan.
Sit down.
Sit. Stop.
Yes, you're a good girl. You were not a good girl when Daddy was on a presentation and you were trying to jump in his lap. That was not a good girl. I told Lynn, I said, go take the dogs upstairs. And she didn't. She kept calling Asuka, and Asuka was like, yeah, no, I'm going to stay with Daddy.
Yeah.
And she tried to put herself under the desk. I'm like, sweetie, you're too big for this now. You don't fit under this desk.
She's just a prop.
And then she was like, okay, I'll climb up on top of you. And I'm like, Asuka, I'm literally waiting to start a presentation and the people are already on. Get down.
This is not a treat for doggies. No.
It's a treat for people.
Can you imagine, though, if they made those treats with a little bit of hashish oil?
As we get demonetized for Sierra enjoying her food just a little too much.
I can't help it. These things are so good. They're like the best taste of food ever.
Everyone has checked in except for one. I'm trying to remember what.
Kitten's having technical issues.
Payback. Payback. That's what. I love that she updated her status to is a bitch.
Yum, 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 yum. I want to go back and get more. I don't know when.
I updated my Facebook, my Skype name.
Well.
Yarr. Okay, is that what that's for? Okay.
What?
I actually saw like this weird thing typing, and I'm like, who's this? Is it glitching out?
Definitely glitching.
David was confused because of my updated Skype name. Because there's letters missing.
That was so yummies. I'm ready for a nap now.
Yeah, now she falls asleep.
No laptop, no tablet to entertain myself.
That sounds
Is
like
that a? Is
Can
that
somebody hand me my work phone? I forgot it went off earlier, and it was like over there, and I was just like, I'm over here.
I can't get up.
Where is it?
In my bag. It's in one of those pockets right there.
And then once you're up, she'd like her laptop as well.
No,
please.
I didn't say all that.
Bag, so this bag next to me then?
This bag in the chair. Right
Yeah, that
I'm
all
thinking
my
fringe.
stuff
Thinking
is
fringe.
on my couch.
Fringe?
yeah, for those buckskin fringe. Yielding that from the Nightwing disco suit.
Let's see how it looks. Don't hurt yourself.
What do you say it's in your bag?
It's in one of those outside pockets.
That's a wallet. Pens.
There you go. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Oh, if you
That's
finish.
your reward for not you, Titan. You can't eat this. as your reward for running through my
What are those?
These are Jelly Ranchers.
Whoa.
Right? They were like the best thing ever.
That's an explosion.
Can I have some?
Yes, these are given with rewards. There must be.
I got out of bed this morning to work.
And that's where the Starburst came in.
Titan! No! No!
Get her,
I
Titan.
use my work laptop. I can't go inside the Skype on it. Actually, you could use Skype on
Your phone.
I'm gonna sit on you.
He literally panicked. He was like, "Whoa, he's actually gonna sit on me."
The taste lingers.
You should try the taffies. The taffies feel like those milk candies that you put in your mouth that melts. Psych. These are not doggy treats.
They're human treats.
Go get your treat. I gave it to you and you took it and you hid it. Go get it. Go get it, because I'm tired of finding your little doggy treats all over
I'm
the
trying to
fucking
think
house.
of a way to earn one.
Go get your doggy treats.
Here's a question. Does Leroy like fish treats?
Just now put him in the bathtub and sprinkle fish food in there when he's in there.
I imagine that he would get very insulted with that. Like the little fish
Titan, it's not a treat
You have
that
to remember,
you can eat.
he's like
Lynn,
Yeah?
a shark.
I need a favor.
basically.
What do you need?
Oh, so
Can you go upstairs
I mean,
and
he
grab
would tell
the
me to
treat
them.
bag?
Yeah, I mean,
it's
he
it's
can tell
behind my TV.
in fish.
wait, he would eat other fish?
Yes.
So you're a cannibal?
I would like to point out in The Little Mermaid, they did eat other fish.
So they're a cannibal?
They're definitely cannibals.
He literally ate fish with you. Do you not remember the thing at the river where he literally pulled out a fish and just started taking a big old bite of it?
Alright, so but also,
Ah, I do
my
now.
computer is being wonky.
It's being wonky.
Yeah.
Hey, Lynn.
There's a David here, right here. He's a tech guy.
It keeps disconnecting me.
What does?
My computer.
Who keeps disconnecting you?
From the internet?
Okay.
Every 15 seconds.
That sounds rather rapid.
My work laptop was doing that the other day.
And then,
Yeah.
while you're up there, under the pillow,
Who's my good girl?
closest to the edge of my bed is my tablet.
Okay. But also, where's the treats at again?
It's behind the TV. Behind my TV.
Is he getting a treat?
Yes, because he's sitting here doing his little tricks, and I have candy and he can't eat it. So
Oh.
I'm gonna get his treats because he doesn't seem to understand that these are not treats.
Going out the fridge.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
And it goes. Goes right.
Behind the TV.
It's like putting a
There's
card.
not a treat behind the TV.
It's like putting a card in your bike spokes.
Mm-hmm. You found it?
Okay, Asuka, what can we do to earn us a treat?
Do I need to put out a service call for before I go all the way to Orleans?
Think of the mileage.
Yeah, I think I'm at 700 miles this pay period, so yeah, getting over 1,000 miles would be nice.
And the time on the road. I assume you get paid for driving time.
Well, it gets paid by distance, not time. Well, hours on the clock still. So yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think of my evil laugh?
I thought it was magnificent.
Thank you.
Wouldn't it be maniacal?
I do.
Hey Lynn, I'll give you $15
Yeah,
if
I
you
got her.
grab that bag of Jolly Ranchers and bring them to me.
You don't want to do that.
Obviously.
If you don't.
I need $15.
No.
What's your offer?
I'm your mom.
But money.
You know what? That's okay. Because the tablet that we have to send back, I just won't ask to get you another one, and you can just continue to use your phone. You know those Roblox bucks you've been looking at? I'll just continue not to get you any.
But please, $15.
Oh,
And you wanted to go to Sushi King sometime in the future?
I did.
I just won't.
oh, she's
won't
unloading
go.
all of the
Oh,
envelopes.
I mean, and she wanted to go see Mima and dye her hair?
Hey, all you gotta do is get me one.
No.
Wait.
Okay, I don't.
want.
I guess you don't want your hair dyed.
Do you want the star?
I guess you don't want.
the other. You want the other one?
No, these are not treats for you.
I want a treat.
These are treats for you. Did you
Your
eat?
daughter's loyalty can be bought.
Oh yeah.
She is a Scorpio. It can be bought. Nope, I just one of those. I've had one of those.
It's a trait in our bloodline.
I'll cook
We are
you.
easily bribable. People keep forgetting that.
I'll cook you dessert tomorrow for $15.
No.
Hey,
If I want to cook dessert, I can go cook my own dessert.
good boy.
But why do it yourself when someone else can do it for you?
Because then that way I can make sure I'm not getting poisoned.
Take from
And
over
you do
there.
it for
I
free.
didn't poison the eggs.
Okay.
You're still alive today.
Barely.
Did like Ryan die or
Oh.
something?
No, I'm not here.
Okay, it got real quiet on your end.
Oh yeah, I was just waiting.
Can I get a treat?
No.
Do you see that?
You just tried
Your
to see
papa is over there.
So, yeah, I'm just waiting, like looking over maps to make sure everything's ready to go.
Asuka, that's not a treat for you. Asuka.
Ben's
Are you
like
gonna
the
give me
easiest
$15?
bucks I've made.
Are you gonna give me $15?
I'll give you 5 for one.
No.
You were gonna give me the whole bag for 15.
No, you said you only wanted one though.
You did.
I
You
did
said
say
you
all I
gave me
wanted was one, but that was when I was gonna get the whole bag and get to pick which one I got.
What color did you want?
Afraid he doesn't alter
You
it
can't
further.
trade them out though. What's done is done.
Hold on.
These are not treats for
She's
you.
doing the math in her head.
I need you to outfit $2 and then I'll give you
Okay, $3. She got a deal.
one. It was 5 originally.
Oh, it's 3 now.
Okay.
The housing market
She's like,
going
I'm-
down.
This is not a treat for dogs.
An idea how her laptop is doing? It sounds like it's in a lot of pain.
It's not turning on.
Sit.
A lot of pain.
Right.
And she think it might be overheated. It's 104 degrees right now.
Oh damn.
Where she's at. Her AC can only keep up with so much.
Speak.
I'd be dead.
Speak.
She
If
was
I-
earlier until I called her.
Speak.
Or she was hibernating as she called it.
Speak.
Oh, siesta mode is basically all you can do in those conditions.
Stop.
Hey.
Calm down.
Speak.
No, ma'am.
Give it to her.
No, ma'am.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a good
They're
boy.
not sharing.
I mean, in that heat, all you're wearing is 3 napkins and a barrel of ice.
Mm-hmm. No more. Okay.
Why she gotta wear 3 napkins? She lives in New Orleans. She only technically has to wear 1.
Let me pull up. Roll 20. Let me pull up. Roll.
Hashtag free the titties.
Ah, I gotta sign in.
My computer is active.
Oh man.
Okay, go out that way.
What is it doing?
It's freezing. Disconnecting from the Wi-Fi.
Restart it.
Okay.
No, well, she's in roll 20.
She can log into Roll20 from her work computer, but she can't download any apps.
Well,
Or
again, she
any-
can run Skype on her phone then.
Yeah, what she's trying to do.
Okay.
Who needs strength when I can fake my strength?
Okay. I guess if people don't mind, I can go ahead and start with the little minor intro.
Might as well at this point.
Okay. All right then. You guys have just pulled up to what appears to be a ramshackle port. When I say ramshackle port, at what your map tells you is the port of Pont-à-Mousson. The capital of Rishnulo. You look around, there is kind of a bit of a eerie silence to this town. You see lights as if people were here a little earlier. This place kind of looks like, at least it did have some traffic, or at least had something going on up until about an hour or two ago. You still see lights on. You still see like lights and like what appears to be magical lamp boats.
What?
Don't
worry about it. I remembered it.
The gentleman is going to kind of look over toward you guys. He's like, well, you're getting off for what?
Well, obviously we're getting off. Just, if you can pull in the docks, we can offload the wagons and stuff, that'd be great.
Lay down.
Someone got a
All
little
right.
too into the fisting porn.
Thank you for the ride, Captain.
Stop it.
Lay down.
Lay.
All right.
Asuka, lay down.
Cool. You guys disembark the ship. Mirdu will look towards you next. Well, it's been an honor riding with you again, Captain.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Oh, what?
Don't go dying now.
These squares are very
We'll
large.
see.
Or we are very small.
Well, that's what happens when you try to put. That's what happens when you put an entire city on the map.
A giant woman!
A giant woman, a giant woman. That's what I need.
Friggin'.
Check 1, 2.
Greg!
How do I sound?
Sounds fine for the moment.
You sound like a Greg.
The cat sounds fine too.
Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, doing good.
Chris!
Hey.
She made it.
Yo!
Good lord. I'm doing my best to get set up or something. I don't know what's happening. Aha! Aha! Got a cat?
Yep.
Yes, that is mine. That is Val. That is Valerie. Yes.
Oh my god.
My cat just sounds like she's
Tristan's
howling.
character got huge.
That's what she said.
Oh, I was waving at you like an idiot.
Huh?
Can I even do anything? Or is it just gonna show my face like an awkward?
Picture perfect.
Well, I don't know, sweetie. I'm not a tech person. I tell you that all the time.
No control anything. That's
And it's like, we literally just started, so nobody's missed anything. We're all good.
Yep.
All you've done so far is get off the boat.
Yep.
that sounds like a life choice.
I mean, you can stay on the boat and keep riding with Captain Ear, dude.
Congratulations,
No.
guys, with Beat Berserk on getting off the boat.
Achievement unlocked.
Yeah.
Boat disembarked.
I feel like that's a
That's it.
Oh, what is that?
If that is the case,
That is
the
loud, whatever
captain
that
is
is.
going. If that is the case, the captain is going to look towards you guys and be like, "Well, if you need me, don't call me."
Can we forget about
I wouldn't call him. You have a messaging style?
It's coming from Christina.
Alright.
Is it her?
He will sail off.
Dude, back up.
I do not have sending.
He will continue on down. He will continue on down the river as he disappears into the distance.
Sounds like somebody's snoring.
Impossible. Eric's not in this game.
Oh, it might be my laptop that sounds like it's about to take off. Hang on.
Yeah, that's exactly what that is.
Okay.
All my technology is on fire right now. It's fine. It's fine.
Lay down.
Okay.
I don't think your laptop
which
being on
case-
fire is fine.
So you guys have entered the town.
What part
What would you, Masay, what would you like to do?
Go out.
Now,
Out.
since we've all arrived here safely,
I say we get a drink.
I concur, but not with you.
I was gonna want to talk to the Dark Lord about.
Yes,
about
but we
protection.
should get our bearings of the place first, and then go talk to her.
Oh, look who's learning.
Besides,
I always suggest that we get our bearings first.
booze will loosen you up before you go talk to the Dark Lord with the
It's
stick up your
always
butt.
this asshole here, and she'll point to Evan, who's always like, "No, business before pleasure."
Well, the primary question I have is looking at the map. The map seems to indicate we arrived at nighttime.
Yeah, we'll see. That's
It is.
even-
Masay, the sun has effectively set. It's kind of dusk. The lights. You would guess that it's roughly around like 6-ish. Masay, it's a little after 6. You're kind of surprised that everything seems to have kind of that, like you said, like that the area is kind of thinned out or effectively vacated in this amount of time.
So I advise we probably should find lodging.
I don't need to find no lodging.
I meant for those who do.
Oh,
Because not all of us travel around with our house.
that's fair. That's fair.
Hopefully they'll serve something good if you were talking about a drink.
Sir, you wouldn't happen to know if there's a brothel nearby, would you?
It's a town where people literally need money to survive. There's probably at least 15.
Ah, that's excellent. She's gonna grab upon your character, Christina,
Oh,
hold on.
my character's name.
and she's
has
gonna
a-
be dragging you with her to the nearest brothel.
Just try not to repeat the last place we visited.
I'm gonna follow you guys. I'm following you guys to the brothel.
When you say that, she's gonna like stop, sigh, stump her feet. It's like fine.
I just meant the part with the blacksmith.
Oh. I knew exactly what you meant. Yes, I will be on my utmost behavior.
Yeah, you want to go to
She
the
she used her abilities to steal to steal a weapon,
I
and
didn't
then
steal.
resulted.
I paid for it. I just paid at it paid for it at a very extremely discounted price.
She
I'm
took
gonna-
something that should have cost about 10,000 gold and only paid like 150 for it by
And
using charm
actually, not
person.
10,000 gold because I still had enough to pay for it at the time. Thank you very much. Because it would have left me with 400 platinum pieces versus 16. So,
It was really expensive, and she used her abilities to diminish the price to well below market value.
still well below.
I'll say the government found out and basically started blaming. Basically, was looking for someone to murder in exchange of this, and she was like, "Not my problem," and it resulted in an entire group of kobolds basically being massacred in front of town in exchange for her.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's not do that again, shall we?
I won't do that. But I will do the other thing. In case you come with me.
I'm following you guys to the brothel.
You know the rule. I say you
Oh,
know the
yeah.
rules for that. The other thing. So.
But yeah, no,
Oh.
these people are not the heroes. Just so you know.
And she'll grab her pet.
Speak
I
for
mean,
yourself,
not her pet,
Brian.
her friend. She'll grab her friend. Her friend.
Give me time, I'll get to you.
I'm as much of a hero as you can get in
Grab her hand
Ravenloft.
and be like, let's go.
I
And
guess.
she will call you by your name, whichever name that is.
This is concerning.
Uh,
I like
Do
these
they
insights.
mention- they say they're going to the brothel, right?
Yep.
They said they were going to head to the brothel.
Yes, sir.
Khalid will call out to you as you all are running. Be sure to tip and use protection.
Don't worry.
I definitely don't intend to.
You're a whore.
This is not news.
He's evil and a whore. Somebody has to say this.
Okay. Okay, if you guys are heading off to the brothel, I'll say for the people who are heading off to the brothel, for everyone else, where are you going?
Let's see. You said evening, so probably looking into some place to get a decent meal around here.
That's what we're going
Most
to
of
do.
them, I'll say, from where you can see at the dock, give me, roll me a d20. I'll say, actually, no, make me a investigation roll, Tristan. I'll say investigation or
Investigation.
Yeah, investigation.
What you roll for this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
investigation.
Nat 20 plus 10, so
Okay. You are very well aware that for people coming into port, people coming into port, based on the design of this town. Based on the design of this town, almost everything here is minimum 2 stories. Several of the buildings are upwards of 5 stories tall.
Wow.
Obviously, you're not used to seeing buildings so tall with alleyways so narrow and things so elaborate. Obviously, the people that obviously this is where all the money from this region has gone to. From what you can tell, the most well lit building. The most well-lit building and nearest to the port is more than likely the tavern. With the amount of floors that you see upward, for this place, you can see about 6 stories.
okay.
With something with what looks to be a glowing, what seems to be a glowing open sign that seems to be kind of written in some sort of magic runes that have the words open actually glowing with a light.
That'll do.
On the map, it is right here.
Damn!
Alright, well, if you'll kindly move me in that direction then, given the ridiculous size of this map.
That is... High occupancy.
What?
From
Damn.
Okay. For the people who are trying to go to, for the people who are trying to go to the,
The brothel.
who all is going to the tavern?
Me. Wait, not the tavern. Not the tavern.
The
The
brothel.
brothel.
The brothel.
Nix, where are you going?
I am being,
I must say,
I believe, ushered
I
towards
was
the
told that
brothel.
you were being dragged to the tavern.
The brothel.
The brothel. I was being
Yeah, I
dragged
must say
towards the
being
brothel.
dragged to the brothel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I must say, for the people going to the brothel, Thurn is going to offer to go with, and he's going to look at you, Nix, and tell you he's like, I'll be back.
What did he say to me?
He tells you he was like, I'll be back.
Okay.
I thought you were being dragged with us.
Nix was being dragged to the brothel, yes, but he was
Okay, so-
he was mentioning Thurn.
Okay. So in which case he is going with you. Never mind. So it's not a I'll be back because I'm right here. Your other siblings will be going. Will be traveling with Naylan. Khalid, you're going as well.
To the tavern, yes.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh my god, his scale
Yeah,
is
it's even
insane.
kinda- The scale does not want to work, but okay. Cool. Cool. So that means you guys are going there. All right then. And I need to. Apparently she's not on here, so I need to drop our newest member. Da-da-da-da-da. Cool. Cool. All right. This map has given me so many issues with scaling.
You did it.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, it was working up until now. That's why I was like, what the hell?
You want Dusty to be what?
Okay. Cool. All right then.
I think we
While you guys are heading to the tavern, for the folks who are being dragged, for the folks who are willingly going and being dragged to the nearest brothel, I need a investigation roll to find your way through this town. You are seeing a significant lack of people as you wander through this town.
There's a lack of people.
I can't see what I rolled. I rolled a 9.
9.
22.
Okay. I
suppose they were all too poor.
Christina, if you could give me an investigation roll when you have a chance.
Maybe that means things aren't doing so well.
She's gonna pout and then lean on you, but like.
Mark is not gonna go great.
Go up there and shoot.
Pat her shoulder. We'll see. We'll see when we get there. Oh, nice roll.
Let's see. There. Okay.
Man, roll
There,
20
you
just
go there.
still not liking you.
Who, me?
Christina, still not liking you.
Just make some random rolls. Work it out of the system.
Okay.
The
Yeah, so
horniest
apparently
ones in the
Rayon-
party are clearly the ones who can find the brothel.
Okay, Asuka, Mase. For Asuka, Mase. For Suka and Zera, you, I might say, you're not really noticing anything. If anything, Suka, this seems painfully Barovian in its, I might say, in its emptiness. Zera, this actually takes you back. You do not like the feeling of this area. It feels empty, dark, and desolate, similar to the way it felt before you arrived here.
All right.
You have this terrible feeling that something or someone is watching you right now, but you don't know where it's coming from. Nyx, Rayon, Thurn, you not only feel that someone is watching you, you know that someone is watching you. Several people are watching you. You can feel, I'm gonna say, as you walk through these alleyways, you feel several eyes, almost as if they blink into existence, staring at you. And then once you leave out of a certain range, you no longer feel those presences. It's almost as if they want you to know that you're looking at them. I mean that they're watching you.
Well, we've certainly attracted attention.
Oh, I attract attention everywhere I go, honey. It's okay.
There are a couple of figures that you see on the rooftops staring at you. That you don't feel any malicious intent, but you do feel that they are wanting you to notice that you are being watched.
Excellent. Hopefully they'll
It's
come
almost
down and guide us to the nearest brothel.
I'll say, but your investigation rolls, you do find the nearest brothel, and just like every other business, it says closed.
Okay, I guess it wasn't doing well then. Though I would think a business like this.
It does have a time on it though.
What?
About to say only open between the hours of 11 to 3.
In the evening or morning?
11 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon.
I'll be back.
Huh.
You do also, I might say, for the people who rolled the nat 20s, Rayon, you do take notice of the fine print at the bottom of this sign. It does say that it does mention that the peasantry is allowed 1 hour to return back to the fields.
Oh.
So from that you can determine that this is the brothel meant for the poor. Yep. And that the rich people's brothels are deeper into town. The poor people have to evacuate the town and be gone by 4:30.
In everyone's minds, I'm going to say, so rather than out loud, I'm going to say, so apparently this is the poor people's brothel, and that's why the people aren't here. So we should probably make our way into the rich part of town. Brothels will be more expensive, but hey, man's got a bone.
Quality not rated.
What was that?
I said quality can't be overrated, so gotta put our coin where we like our mouths to be.
My character's gonna look over at you and then be like, "What? Huh? What are you talking about?"
We're trying to go to a brothel, right?
Yeah.
Thurn is gonna look. He's like, I was just making sure that you were safe, but yes, I guess.
There's probably good information we can get from people at a brothel. People are generally more talkative and loose or something. I don't know.
That's true.
This town seems very... Seems like a service I would imagine everybody's using, seeing as they'll have to have children anyway.
We can cure some curses. Oh, who said that?
All right. So where are you guys heading to since you were not able to, since every business that you've run into so far seems to be closed?
Now, is there any area that clearly looks like the
Richer part of
the
town.
richer district?
The richer district is where I'm gonna say the richer. The farther into the city you go, the more the lights appear to be on. This wherever you are right now seems to be where the closest that the poor people are allowed into town.
Okay, let's.
This this little slums district. This is even though this part of the city looks more well managed than even other cities that you've been to. This obviously is considered where the poor people are, but where the more decorative buildings and the taller the buildings get, the more obviously the more affluent the people are, until you can see this grand looking castle in the center of town, where obviously the Dark Lord must be living. This grand castle for the players looks to be of French design, French architectural design.
Oh, neat.
My character is
even from this distance, you can see the gold, silver, and platinum that seems to be lining the towers. As they begin to shimmer in what's left of the light. For the people heading to the tavern, let's see.
You can get on top of me if you
Oh
want.
man, this. I know why it's doing You can shrink the.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing. It's just been having to do it for every.
Christina's character.
For every.
I forgot her name. I'm gonna be like, how did you know that there was another tavern deeper into the city?
You mean brothel?
Brothel, yeah, brothel.
All right. For the people who go inside the tavern, walking in, that sign, I'll say the sign says open. Walking in, you will see what appears to be a familiar face behind the counter.
Officer Jenny.
Yeah, I was wondering.
He's going to look at you and be like, oh, you folks again. Welcome.
Sebastian Flink.
He's going to look, he's like, I don't recognize these two.
Oh, she's gonna like hand push Christina's character out of the way and was like, yeah, don't ignore them.
No, I mean you're not there yet.
You're not
I'll
there.
say this is
The tavern.
Oh, the tavern.
Not the brothel.
Okay. The tavern.
Yeah. He's spending time with the tavern folk.
Okay, the tavern folks.
Yeah. He's going to look to you guys and he was like, you lived. Looking at Khalid and Balin.
In theory, anyway, yeah.
He's like, that's a way of putting it. So, anything interesting happen to you all?
Had a less than thrilling tour of Darkon.
Yeah, my bar got destroyed over there. It was kind of aggravating. I'll probably rebuild later, but for the time being, this is one of my shops. So he was like, so I'm assuming if you all came shambling in here, you all smell like death and ass.
Yeah.
I was like, so do I get you a drink? Do I get you a room? Do I get you food?
Let's start with food.
Food. Well, since I'll say, as you can see, he'll point to the entire bar, and just the entire place is just empty. He was like, since technically you don't live here, and I'm assuming you just got off of the boat. Pick any seat that you want. The curfew doesn't apply to your people.
This the rich part of town's less depressing. I was making a comment. It was like, I hope the rich part of town is less depressing. Man, I feel bad for this guy's patronage.
He's going to look over. He's going to kind of knock on the wall and be like, "Hey, Suwaki, get out here." A woman will come. I'll say a woman will come walking out of the back.
Wait, is it different from the other one?
I think so.
It is different from the other one. This one's red. She's going to walk over to you. It was like, well, it's not that often we actually get. It was like, not that often we actually get patrons this late at night.
Khalid will look at his timepiece. Like, around what time are we? I know you said, like, sunset, but, like...
Well, curfew for the disenfranchised is at 4. They must be back in their villages by then or face consequences.
So it's like... Khalid will, like, open his mouth to say something, but then just, like... just go to the closest scene and be like, fucking scene, like, and just start swearing in Elven about the bourgeoisie and upper class and people like that.
I love that this is the thing that has pissed my players off the most. Is rich people treating poor people.
Well, Khalid has reasons.
I know your backstory, but it's just funny. It's like all my players are just like, fuck these rich people.
It's been all of our hearts in real life.
It's like the demon. It's like the demon hordes, the terrible abominations to mankind. Oh, fuck that shit.
No,
Rich people
Still terrible. Still terrible.
Alright, which case, you guys will go ahead and make your way to a table. She'll happily take your guys' orders.
In your guys' minds, you're gonna hear, first brothel was closed, we're looking for another one in the richer part of town.
You guys are heading to the rich side of town.
Yeah, I believe that's the plan, unless Suka has something else in mind.
No, Suka just asked Christina's character how she knew that.
Do what?
Knew to go deeper in town to the rich people's side.
I don't think I knew that.
You just
She
said
didn't know that.
we had to go deeper
I said
Pat
in.
said that.
She's gonna
Oh, I
look
missed
at
that.
you
Okay,
like,
I'm
when
gonna
did you
figure
say
out.
it? I didn't hear you say anything.
Oh, that's true. She did. Oh, okay. I forgot to explain to Christina what she's missing. Sierra's character can't hear my character's mind speak. So,
Okay.
you heard my character talking to you, but my mouth didn't move.
Carl.
Similar to what you heard at the port when he was asking if you want to be rescued.
But
Asking for SQ.
yeah, but Sierra can't hear me, so that's why she thinks that you said it first.
Thank you.
And now I've just realized, in character, that what do you mean I didn't say it? I said it to everyone.
You did not.
Did you hear me say it? Looks over.
Yeah.
Did you hear me say it? Looks over. Everyone else heard me say it.
No, it's not like she necessarily pays attention to everyone.
Hey, I was paying attention.
I'm starting to feel some type
His
of way.
lips did not move. So if you got, you know what? These guys are crazy.
I have really good hearing.
I can't tell unless he whispered it, maybe.
He does have very pointy ears, all the better to hear you with.
In which case, you guys will start making your way over to. I'll say we'll start making your way over to the. I'll say making your way over to what appears to be a border.
Borderline.
Now, what I'm wondering is if we have enough, prestige to be able to walk through.
You will reach a lot. You will reach what appears to be some sort of glowing purple line in the ground.
I'm gonna step through.
Before you reach the line, you will see a gentleman who looks like this walk up to you.
Oh damn!
And hold out his hand as if he is attempting to stop you, slow you down.
Excuse me, sir.
Before you attempt to cross.
You are in my way of the hookers and whores.
I suggest you do not stop her.
He's going to look you up and down, and is like, "You are not from here, I assume."
Am I still being dragged?
Yeah, I'm still dragging you. Yeah, I am not from here.
He will ask, "What is your class?"
Class sexy is my class.
Looks are not enough. Looks are not enough to allow you into this section of town.
What is your class? Define that to me. Tell me, dear sir, what it is that I have to get to the hookers and whores.
I believe that there are hookers and whores out in the fields.
No, I want one of refined taste, sir. That's why we're here.
I think you've sidestepped her question. What's your criteria?
Yes, he totally did. I've been asking this on the boat, and still no straight answer. You know what? We should just.
He is going to sigh. He's going to sigh. He's going to sigh. He was like these poor people. He will say. The amount of qualifying funds needed in order to get through. Here, your total. The best way I could describe it to, he'll look at all of you people, is a approximate. Are your lives valued at least, or your lives and your equipment and your income valued at least 1,000 gold.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
That's
Cricket from Christina.
That's not an issue for me, though. The value of my life is probably insurmountable considering what I am.
There are plenty of people in the mass graves who thought that their lives actually meant anything. Your life can only be.
You are kidding yourself if you think your life is worth anything. Sir, you are blocking my way of hookers and whores, and I am greatly in need of my fix. So if you could please...
He'll look at you and he'll kind of look at you and he was like, if I'm looking correctly, it appears that your party has enough hookers and whores as it is.
Okay, hold on. I just rolled intimidation.
Which is hilarious because they're actually pretty conservatively dressed for at least Sierra characters.
Yeah. I can't even remember what I'm wearing.
Kind of like a long kind of
yeah. I got more clothes on than Dylan. Thank you very much. Who the hell you calling a hooker?
It's not helping with Rayon's incredibly exposed body.
I'd say, yeah, Rayon's the only one dressed in that manner that I could see prompting that statement.
Listen. In his head, so that it's not to the entire party. Listen, you foolish mortal. If you want to be added to the pile of mass graves, you can continue to stand in our way. 31 intimidate.
Oh, Rayon's impressively good at intimidation. Too bad Nyx is unaware of that.
Rayon is glowing a little brighter right now,
Oh, okay.
with a very angry look on his face.
He's going to, I'm about to say, wearing his mask, you won't exactly be able to notice anything. He just kind of seems to be standing there. He will sheathe his weapon and step to the side. I suppose that we should probably let the mistress decide what sort of value your lives have. I'll be sure to pick up your corpses if you are not worthy.
That's okay.
He'll step to the side.
Can I do an insight check to see if I notice anything unique about his body?
Sure, go right ahead. Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the way that this person carries themselves. The way they carry themselves, the height, the way that their body kind of is displayed beneath their clothes. You can tell their form underneath their clothing. The way that he speaks. This person must be of the mannerism and the quote desired look that is welcome in the richer aspects of town. So chances are he is tall, he is lean, fit. More than likely, with his demeanor and his insults and living where he lives, fits the description of the lighter-skinned, brown-haired, blue to green-eyed people who live in the center of town.
Oh wow. Are his ears pierced?
I will show you a picture again.
Can't see his ears, so.
Yeah. You cannot see any part of his skin, but based on the build that you can tell, obviously must be a part of that description that I gave when you guys were doing the history of this nation. So he is of the idealized citizen. I'll say basically tall, white, brown hair, blue eyes, blue or possibly green eyes.
Gotcha.
Chiseled jaw, chiseled jaw, tall, lean stuff.
Got it. Thanks.
Okay. Is anyone going to attempt to try to cross this line?
Yeah, I will as well, though I don't think I have much of a choice if she's still holding my hand, but I'm gonna cross
Okay.
as well.
Cool. Okay. For anyone who has less than 5,000 gold, who in this party has less than 5,000 gold?
How do you know if you get less than 5,000?
You look at your Roll20 sheet and see how much money you have.
Oh yeah.
I have a lot of money.
I have more
Now,
than
your match guidance counts too.
Put an extra 0 on the end of your platinum.
I can't. It doesn't give me. I don't know how to work this.
Oh yeah.
Holy crap! Where'd you get all that money?
Since I'm
Oh, you went
Is it
into
in
the
my
treasury and
inventory?
got the money, didn't you?
It should be right on a normal Roll20 sheet. It's right above your inventory.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got 2,100.
Yeah, you're good.
gold. Yeah.
And then you have 16,000 gold worth of platinum.
Yeah.
So yeah, you good.
I'm super good.
I
Okay,
have
cool. What about the rest
just
of you?
about 7,000 gold.
I have far more than 5K.
Okay, cool. I'll say so for our new person. How much money do you have?
Zara, having heard the gentleman speak about money again, she kind of digs her heels in a little bit. It's just like,
Thurn will look over to you, and he will say, do not worry, my lady. He will reach into a bag and he will hand you. I say he will hand you a bag that seems to jingle when he hands it to you.
Well, you're being extra sociable, third.
No, that
They're,
put out.
Really
I'll say he.
She takes
He,
the bag
he,
and
yeah, he will say just hold. He was like just hold on. He was like just hold on to this. Do not let it go. He'll look over to you. He'll look over to you, Nix, and he will say he'll look over to you. He will say you are not the. He was like you will find that you're not the only person who needs to protect someone.
So much to unpack there, but I don't really care.
Isn't he just our driver?
What? No.
Is Thurn one
Oh.
of your siblings? Oh.
Yeah. The gentleman who at the end of the session when we did that roll seemed to have noticed something about you that kind of increased his bond towards you. So everyone here seems to have made that roll. In which case, that means that you only take.
Oh, we take something regardless?
Sounds like it.
Yes. You only have to take half because you made it. Everybody, once you cross that line, you take 21 poison damage.
Ugh.
If you are immune, you take half.
Can somebody mark my sheet, please?
Okay, so we all take 11 poison damage.
It was the 21 that are.
If you are immune to poison, if your character has something that makes him immune to poison, you only take half.
Oh, I thought we only took half because
He gave you the half.
Oh, he already did that.
Yeah,
Okay.
21 is half. It's halved if you have the money. If you are immune, it is halved. I'll say if you are immune, it is halved again. If you are resistant, you still take it.
Oh no! Someone might
Must say-
be
must say-
HP.
I'll say this. I'll say the poison here ignores immunities, and it turns immunity to resisted and turns resisted into nothing.
Yeah, there's no 18s on board.
Temporary HP vanishes with a long rest. Thank you for
Okay.
playing, though.
Okay. Walking through, he will notice you all kind of like cough a bit as you walk through.
I don't cough.
You still took the.
I took the damage, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to cough. I'm a lady. A lady doesn't cough.
All right. Well, Masay, could you give me some sort of performance roll to make it appear as if like that didn't hurt, or that you're not feeling some
I
sort
mean,
of illness?
21 damage out of all my damage,
Still kind of a chunk.
that 21 is not a chunk.
It's
just,
a fifth.
It's like getting bit by a mosquito.
No!
It's
Try
all
that.
fifth of your hit points.
That's like
Okay,
falling off your bike.
Cool. You managed to play it off. You managed to play off the immediate kind of like discomfort gut punch that poison just kind of felt rumbling in your body. I'll say the guard kind of stares at you. He seems to whisper something. He seems to whisper something into his wrist.
He's just lucky I didn't kill him.
And continues to look out towards the area.
Alrighty, another investigation check to find the brothel. Go!
So while you guys are doing that, people in the tavern, what will you be doing?
Eating?
And okay. All right then. Is there anything that Khalid, that you would like to do? Your food is being brought to the table. You guys are eating. Evan is just kind of like, you can kind of see kind of his ear twitch. He's like, I feel like my sister's about to get into trouble.
No, you're one too high.
Oh.
That's very likely. They're operating out, without the protection of, knowledge or of Vistani. So, yeah.
Knowledge. Okay. Come up there.
Question is, how much trouble and how deep will we have to dig this time?
Evan will say, he'll look over towards the bartender and is like, I assume that the city guard raises alarms whenever something bad happens, correct? And Sebastian will, from what you can kind of tell, you'll see the flame on his face kind of seemingly smile. Well, in my experience, being here, most of the people who cause trouble just quietly disappear. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll see their body floating down the river.
That's a pretty universal constant too.
Assassination is pretty big here.
Yeah, so actually Khalid will kind of talk to Sebastian and the Tiefling, like, so what exactly is, like, the latest happenings around here? Local scene and all that.
Well, there hasn't been much here. There was the barbarian horde last month. That was fun.
I imagine they didn't get very far.
Well, they got here, they trashed my bar, and then they made it up the street. And then they all started vomiting and profusely bleeding from the eyes, and they left quite a mess.
Sounds about right.
We had to the upper class were not happy about having to call in. Were not exactly happy about having to call in the peasantry to clean up their bodies. That was a lot of scrubbing that we had to do on the street that day.
We used 5 barrels of awesome.
But you would think, roughly every, almost like clockwork, they come through here. Almost like clockwork, they come through here, ravage the outer lands, murder the peasantry, make their way into town, smash my bar, and smash a good chunk of everything else, and then die. The only things that's changed so far is that the lady has increased the taxes on the peasantry because they failed to stop the barbarian horde from reaching the city.
What I'm hearing is they need One Punch Man.
What I'm hearing is she's a dick by causing more of the peasantry to die off.
She's a Dark Lord. Yes, she's a dick.
But does she have a dick?
So, how often do they come? Like, every month, every 3?
Brian?
Hello?
Hello?
He is on hold. Yeah.
Sorry, I had to put clothes in the dryer. Let's see. Yeah. Roughly, depending on how eager they are and how quickly they can replenish their armies, they usually come every 2 to 3 months. Roughly about 50,000 of them.
Somewhere between waves.
And wait.
They show up, storm through the landscape. The peasantry manages to, in an attempt to defend their families, usually are slaughtered. But They do thin out the herds by a couple of hundred, so that it's less of a problem to clean up once they hit the city. It's better that they die in the fields than die here in the city, because the more bodies that are here in the city, the more likely the mistress is to I'll say is to levy a tax against the poor for having to hire them to clean up.
So, besides barbarian horns, anything else?
Nothing much. Nothing besides, the general I'll say issues within the rich, murmurings about political assassinations. The usual.
So, no
So
work,
to-
no good hunts.
So I take it the nobles like assassins.
So you're looking for work. Is that what you're looking for?
Well, that's what I'm looking for. It sounds like Khalid was looking for more information, though, so he can go first.
Okay.
You were saying, Greg?
Gossip can only go so far when it comes to what a city is like. So, my question is, how popular is this assassination of other nobles? And I assume it's the other nobles hiring assassins for the other.
Oh, yes. I'll say the nobles around here, they prefer outsiders, but they run the risk of actually being a bit more loyal. We do have royal assassins who can be hired in order to kill other nobles. But technically, the same assassin that you hired to kill your cousin could also be hired by your other cousin to kill you the next week.
Well,
Of course.
if they do a 2-for-1 special where they whack both at the same time.
I would totally do.
And, you know what? And thieves can't, again, using kind of lingo and things of that nature, Khalid will ask if there's any, or where he can possibly go to procure more interesting items or services.
He will kind of smirk and gesture towards you. He was like, I haven't heard someone give me that sort of tone in quite a while.
I get it.
He'll kind of motion with his head. Go. So he's gonna motion with his head. Go. For someone of your skill, pretty sure the queen could use your. I'm pretty sure the queen could use your abilities.
He'll kind of like purse his lips and like,
I've heard that she has a pretty. I've been hearing murmurings of. I have heard some murmurings of a traitor within her court. And I've heard murmurings of someone being a traitor within her court. But they are heavily protected, and I'm certain that of all people, she is guaranteed to be the one person who'd be able to pay you the fee that that someone of your ability would be willing. Would be asking.
work for the High House. Kind of like weighing his options. Ever heard any stories of anyone saying no to her missions? Like, what happens to them if they say no?
Nothing. Usually just miss out on money.
I'm surprised they're not fined.
Oh, we're finding out. Thank you. And he'll just return to his food.
Okay. Right. So while you guys are, Masay, I would assume, Nayland, you wanted to know about like any sort of jobs around here.
Yeah, it's like monster hunts, adventurer work, the usual stuff he'd be looking for.
Okay. He will tell you the guild. I must say the guild is closer towards the center of town. The only people who are allowed to engage in the hunts are the wealthy. They do not allow the poor to collect money from jobs. So you would have to go in closer inward to town in order to be able to collect, I'll say, to be able to check the boards for the hunts. Most of the hunts are usually started by the aristocrats, and they will usually hire hunters in order to restrain and take down animals while they administer the killing blow.
Well, I wasn't necessarily looking for animals. When
that includes monsters or anything else that seems to be roving the landscapes. In order to fit their ego, they will hire hunters of different calibers in order to track down the most exotic of creatures, and effectively pay you to hold them down while they stab them to death themselves. And then they take the bodies back, carve them up, hang them in their houses, tell grand stories about how they took it down themselves. The usual.
Well, I was wondering when I got to meet Used Belmont. Belmont. You ever heard of that one? Brian gets it. Hang on.
Oh no. But yeah,
the bougiest picture of him I can find.
But yeah, it was like there are those type of jobs. As far as things that are actual threats to the lands, there are. I'm pretty sure he'll say I'm pretty sure that people who live out in the fields deal with several beasts that torment them daily and nightly. But I do not believe that they'll be able to pay you, so I'm not exactly sure that you'll find yourself caring about helping them.
Well, it's less about the money and more about the karma.
He'll snicker and like, I like you.
Yeah, Khalid will raise a drink to that. Amen.
And I'll say the bartender will pour himself a glass and hold it up to you guys. He was like, "May you live as long as you can here." If for no other reason than to provide some semblance of change.
He's a real character.
For some reason, I can hear him say, yeah.
Yes.
While you guys are, busy being the not complete, from being the, tolerable good guys, we switch over to the troublemakers as they are making their way into town. So, all right, investigation rolls. Rayon is still a little distracted, a little irritated at how dare this lowly mortal attempt to impede my journey for booty.
Well, it's a quest to get rid of something right now. Thank you.
Okay. Nix, however, Nix definitely has his eyes on the prize, and is obviously either A, dying to get laid, or really eager to help his friends out.
Why not both?
Okay. looking around, the nearest brothel to you is over here.
Okay. Looks like it's over there.
Alright, let's go.
Okay.
Wait,
So I'm not sure how much
for-
brothel will be happening with me.
Let's see. For Zara, are you going with, or are you?
I would tag along, because I'm
Okay.
kind of still being dragged. But I'm looking around the town, just kind of observing, like, trying to see who's who.
Okay.
mean, brothel?
You get. I must say, as you guys are walking through the town, you will see far more people once you have crossed the line. Once you have crossed this purple line, when you crossed over, this section of town actually looked as if it was empty. But once you cross over, you immediately are bombarded with this bustling of people. It's almost as if the purple line was dividing. Was dividing the appearance of these people over here.
Well, that's much better.
Looking back where you came from, you do not see the slums that you just passed, the quote slums that you passed through. Everything looks beautiful. On the other side, you see rolling, beautiful hills. It is an incredibly gorgeous vision of the countryside.
What amazes me is the lack of sound.
It is incredibly obvious that these rich people do not like looking upon the ugliness of the poor, and therefore have erected a barrier in order to keep their eyes from having to see poor people.
Smart.
Although once you guys walk through, they do seem to be looking at you with disgust.
Eh,
You will hear whisperings and murmurs amongst them. Like they're doing that loud rich person whisper where they're trying to seem as if they're not trying. They're trying to seem as if they're whispering, but they actually want you to hear them demeaning you.
Who are they demeaning?
Us.
All of you. They are talking about. They are talking about. Talking about Suka and how her clothes look poor.
What? These are fine. These are fine clothes. I paid money for this shit.
They seem to be making fun of in regards to Rayon and Zayla. In regards to Rayon and Zara. They do seem to be noting and scoffing at your skin complexion.
No.
Oh, really?
No.
About to fight.
I guess my current hooded form shields me.
Nix, they are saying that you must be some sort of a rogue since you are hooded. You must be some sort of scoundrel, possibly some sort of assassin sent here in order to carry out the duties of one of the aristocrats.
Yes, and they can keep thinking that.
But yeah, they seem to be looking and discussing how out of place each of you looks.
Rayon's going, skin complexion? What the fuck's a skin complexion?
What's skin?
What?
She says he's a special.
Effectively, to varying degrees, they're all saying that you're either bums or you're not the right skin complexion to be on the side of town.
Damn!
Brian, have we come
Yes.
down to a sundown town?
Like,
No.
Rayon's gonna like look
Okay.
around. He's gonna look around and be like, "Can somebody please explain to me what their issue with the skin complexion is?"
I think they just have preferences.
You what you will must say what you will notice is that the only people who do seem to have the same skin complexion or anywhere near the skin complexion as what Rayon and Zara have seem to be working stands.
I'm getting the impression Rayon is from one of the less snooty pantheons.
No. He doesn't
Alright,
realize
so-
what skin complexion is because he's not normally in a mortal form, and he can make his mortal form whatever he likes back home. He doesn't realize what it's gotten stuck on.
We spent 4
Never
days
looked at
on
his
the
arm.
water
Despite
despite
being shirtless and pantsless, he's never actually looked at his skin.
Well,
shirtless, pantsless, has arms.
he's used to people. He's never had anyone go, "Oh, look at your skin complexion." Normally, if he appears before someone, they're like, "Holy fuck, it's a god!"
Praise be!
Oh!
Yeah, here in Ravenloft, they're like,
And
oh
then
my
he
God,
goes,
fuck
"Yeah,
you."
you want some of this god dick?"
The hollowed are the sun balls.
But yeah, so as you guys are pretty much being whispered at, pointed at, and the only people who don't seem to be making fun of you are the other people who obviously appear to have money, but people who have the amount of money that you do would normally be working the stands.
Ah,
You're not rich enough to not work, but you're rich enough to
Can-
be on this side of town.
Can I take a 10 with my intimidation and just be carrying myself in a way to get these people to shut up?
It is they'll shut up, but they'll just keep looking at you. They'll keep looking at you.
That's fine. But, I mean, my passive intimidation is 26, so I'm pretty sure that they're
Okay.
going to be too scared to say anything.
They won't say anything, but they'll still side eye you. Or if you walk by and try to talk to them, they won't. They'll ignore you.
No, but see, if I try to talk to someone, I'll just fully intimidate them versus taking the 10. So,
Okay. Most of the people with that, as you're walking down the street, seeing this tall, dark-skinned, muscular man walking down the street, they will actively walk on the other side of the street to avoid you.
that's fine. Keep them out of our way.
Just enhancing the assassin mystique.
Okay. The guards still seem to be kind of watching you as you make your way over to this brothel, and you are now there.
Okay.
You will see this person at the door.
I'm pretty sure that's a crystal gem. That's not a person.
You'll say she'll look at you and be like, "Ah, out of towners. How can I help you?"
We'd like some sex, please.
Alright.
Or at the very,
So it's not working. Alright, I'll let her know.
One sex, please.
or at the very least, entry into the building.
She's gonna look at all of you and like, "Oh, well, how many of you will be participating?"
I will be entering the building.
Phrasing.
All of us will be participating.
So you're getting a bulk package or individual?
I'll say Thurn's gonna be like, "Yeah, speak for yourself."
Yeah, we're here for moral support outside. And Zara puts his hand on Thurn's shoulders, like,
She's
no,
just standing
we're
off to the
going
side cheering.
in.
Go,
What
go.
are you talking about? Come on, let's go. We're all going in. Don't worry. I don't share.
I don't think that's what she was worried about.
no, definitely was not. Are there any of the nobilities in the the brothel with us, or is it just this lady, this person who's the crystal gem who's working?
Oh, have we entered the building yet?
No, you're at the door.
Okay, that's what I thought.
At the door? Oh, okay, I thought we had already.
Now you're talking to the bouncer.
Where's the bouncer? Is this the bouncer?
Yeah.
This dude the bouncer?
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying there are no bouncers. There just seems to be a lot of guards that are just kind
That
of
chick
sitting
in the
around.
turban with the blue circle around her, if you can see the map.
That
There's-
one.
Must-
That one.
Yeah.
right there.
Ping. Ping. Ping.
You might want to shift ping, Brian, if there's a... There we go.
There you go. Okay. Well, I'm going in.
She was Masa. She was asking like how many of you is there going to be? Masa, Zara, are you going in?
Zara's gonna hover by the door and say that she just needs a moment to consider who what the selection is. What's the selection?
Okay. I'm gonna say, Thurn is not going to go in if you have not gone in. Nix, are you going in?
Yes, I will be. I will be walking in.
Okay.
Once I'm inside, I'll lower my hood.
Okay. Before you go to enter the door, she is going to kind of clear her throat, like, apologies. The fee, please. She'll hold out her hand.
How much?
1,000 gold each.
I'll pay the 1K.
Oh, my character's gonna turn to your character and be like, so, we're such great friends, right? We're gonna have the greatest adventure ever. Don't you think?
I expect some more tea.
Oh, the tea that you can never
Okay.
have.
I wasn't sure if you were talking to my character or his character, so I was like,
Oh yeah, no, she
I
was
was like,
talking.
I'll pay the other 1,000 for Shuka.
Okay. I'll say, Rayon.
yeah, I paid my 100 platinum.
Okay. Cool. I'll say, you three. I'll say, okay, you three enter. I'll say, as you walk inside. I'll say, as you walk inside, you will go into a rather elaborate-looking lobby. Now, say a rather elaborate-looking lobby. There, you will see roughly about four other gentlemen who are in there. I'll say four other gentlemen seem to be kind of dressed. Seem to be dressed rather elaborately. Seem to be dressed rather elaborately, very exquisite. Walking in, they'll turn to look at all of you, kind of quirk an eyebrow, and kind of mumble something to each other, and then kind of laugh in a rather snobbish fashion. You will see these other people come walking out with a long chain behind him. Attached to those chains, in manacles and shackles around their necks, hands, and feet, will come shuffling out. Will come shuffling out.
Wow.
16. Will come shuffling out 16 completely naked. 16 completely naked people. Each of them with price tags on them.
I guess everything does have a listed value here.
They will. I'll say a gentleman will come out. A gentleman with a monocle will come out. Ah, distinguished gentlemen, and they look towards your group guest. I'll say, which of these fine items would you like to purchase for the evening?
Can we like inspect the price tags?
The price. I'll say, which one would you like? Which one would you? I'll say, he'll say, he was like, very well. He will. You will see him kind of hover his hand over the over this thing at the end of the chain, and you'll see the surge of electricity go through the chain and zap all of them as they'll kind of buckle a bit before holding up their signs, kind of trembling.
Oh, this has gotten
Yeah.
yeah.
Owner killer.
Is that me or you? That's me.
Each of them seems to range. Each of them seems to range in price of 500 to upwards of 10,000.
Can I make a perception, or I guess more investigation would probably be more accurate. Can I make an investigation? Well, I want to appraise them to determine, like, if they have some other vocation beyond this.
Yes, feel free.
In
Anyone
your
else?
head, you're also going to hear, "Can I borrow 1,000 platinum? I have an idea."
It'll suddenly turn to look towards Rayon with this look of, "Are you out of your mind?"
Hear me out. Hear me out. I can sleep with the one who's the most expensive as a show of faith. The bourgeoisie are probably all trying to sleep with the most expensive one. In which case, she will sleep with other more expensive people and continually pass the killing curse on to the richest people in this community.
You must save yourself in that case.
Brian, I also sent you a message.
Hey, I can do the cheap one too, but I just figured it'd be better to kill the rich ones. Brian is on mute.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
Or, Greg's on mute, sorry. I will get the cheap one then. The cheapest.
Alright. I'm gonna say, for Nyx, your investigation, from what you can tell, how these people carry themselves, the way that these people carry themselves, they are obviously not peasants. It's very, I'm gonna say, for you, because you've seen several of them, you've seen several people who have this demeanor. What you're kind of pulling from this is that these people are more than likely, these people are more than likely disinherited nobles, or possibly the wives, or widows or widowers of assassinated noblemen. So their families were assassinated, and is basically the twist the knife in it. The remaining members of their family were basically shuffled off into the sex trade.
Okay. With this role, is there any way for me to determine how close they were to the queen or staff?
You can't tell, but you can tell that all of them were at least upper echelon of the society. Most of these people were probably most of these people are more than likely probably part of families that were with the Kamase, that were hanging around the queen during their parties and whatnot. They're still trying to maintain some air of dignity, but you can tell that whoever is handling them has been trying to break them.
Oh, that sucks. Okay.
Some of them look completely broken. The ones who look completely broken are the ones who appear to be the cheapest. The ones that are still trying to hold on to their dignity are going at the highest price. Because and the ones who are appearing to hold on to their dignity the most are the highest price, and they seem to be, at least the highest price ones seem to be the focus of the gentlemen who are currently here, and they seem to be grinning rather excitedly about purchasing them.
Okay. I guess then I'll go for 5K because that sounds like it would be someone who. It sounds like 5K would be someone who isn't broken and is probably, and I would imagine is higher on the nobility echelons.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'll choose someone for 5K then.
Okay. Cool. All right. Cool. For Suki, who are you picking?
I'm not picky. You said 500, right? Gold pieces?
500. There are.
I think it's like 500 to 10,000 at the high end.
Okay, what's the low end? I don't really.
There are two who are going for 500.
I'll take one of them that go for 500.
Rayon said he was taking one.
Then I will take the other one.
We can share if you want.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
She wants to get her fix alone.
Oh, okay. Cool. So, all right then. All right. So 500, and you said you were taking the 5,000 gold one.
5,000.
Okay.
5,000 sounds like they'd have more information.
Okay. Cool. All right. For Zara, what am I say? Okay. Cool. All right. Let's see. Then we can go ahead and try and do that. All right. So they're gonna stay outside. You guys are gonna go ahead. They are going to take. The gentleman is going to. He's going to be like sold. He was like enjoy your time. Make sure you bring the property back. Make sure you bring the property back safe and sound. He is going to kind of press a button, and the chain will release from the shackles, although they will stay shackled. A guard will come behind them and kind of poke them in the back with kind of like a staff in order to shove them towards each of their prospective buyers.
I'm gonna have to spend some healing once we get into a room. Damn, these people need to not be so beat up.
So the gentleman who paid for the $10,000 one, they seem to be handling her with the utmost care. The lower the price, the more they seem to be kind of treating them like garbage.
Hey, Brian, I sent you a message.
Yes.
By the way.
Yes. Yes, I saw that. Okay, cool. If you want to make me a roll for that.
All right. Let me figure out what I have to roll.
Yeah, if you can look at your sheet and tell me what you need to roll.
Yep. We're working on it. Let's see. I think they're gonna have to roll back.
Yeah, they do.
Charisma saving throw, but I don't know what I need to roll.
Let me look at your sheet real quick. I can. I can tell. I can't remember if they just have to beat a DC or if I'm pretty sure they just have to beat a DC. I don't think you actually have to roll. Because I don't think you actually have to roll a thing.
Mark the 500 off the sheet.
Okay, against your spellcasting DC. So let me see.
You want to add your gold or your 500?
Spells DC. Okay, so they got to beat a 60. Okay.
She's now Todd's got 1602.
So I'm assuming you said the gentleman outside. Okay.
Yeah. And let me know if it succeeds or fails, and I can let you know what I do.
And I say if you look at the roll 20, I can tell you exactly how this is going to go.
Another roll 20. Beauty Guard is typing. Such a cute name.
Oh wow.
No, they do not make it.
Y'all, shit's about to get fucked up. Zara, she waited outside and she ends up walking towards the guard that's outside.
His head will turn towards you.
She bats her eyelashes and gives him a kiss on the cheek. And then, yeah. What?
His body will tense up as your body falls on the ground. Thurman is gonna run over to you. He's gonna be like, Thurman's gonna run over. He's like, oh my god, he's like, oh my god, what happened?
He's supposed to have been hit by a noble assassin.
If it was successful, then the guard is going to walk over to Zara's body and retrieve the earring and put it in his ear.
Oh, okay.
And
I'll say Thurn's going to pull out. Thurn's going to hold out his hand as a. He's going to hold out his hand as a scimitar, as this massive scythe generates out of midair and slams into the ground, leaving a crack in the ground. As he begins to holds it like he's about to swing towards the guard, he was like, don't you put one more finger on her.
The guard, who is now Zara, is gonna say, it's all good. I'm relocating a little bit.
He's gonna kind of look and look towards her, look back towards you, and be like, what?
Don't worry about it. So, question to you, Brian. I want to do some really shit, but I'm not sure how to necessarily play it so I don't accidentally kill myself.
Too late.
Well, define kill.
I want to kill the guard while I'm in his body, but also hop out the body before he dies.
If I remember correctly, there's actually a thing there about if your thing dies.
If I remember correctly, let me see.
I feel like I back into my other body.
Yeah, it should be you make a roll when your host dies.
Okay,
and,
cool. Okay, so this is what happens. This is what happens. If they die while you are in them, you have to make a charisma saving throw against your own spellcasting DC. So you have to make a charisma saving throw and beat a 16. On a success, you go back to where you were.
Okay. I guess I want to try.
If you fail that roll, you die.
But I go back where I'm supposed to be.
If you make the roll, you go back where. If they're dying, you have to make a charisma saving. You have to make basically a roll against yourself to go back to where you were.
Okay.
You basically go back to the item, and then you can do what you did to someone else. but you have to make that. You have to make a charisma saving. The same roll that he just failed, you have to make it.
Okay.
And if you fail, I must say you basically have 3 chances to make it. If you fail them, then you just die.
Okay.
Basically, you have to make the roll before he fails his 3 death saves.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna try. Well, Zeragard is going to take his weapon and slash the throat and try and jump back into her body.
Okay.
Or actually,
The
she's gonna try to think like what would be easier to work with. Yeah, we'll slash the throat.
Okay. The guard will just kind of sit there, like blank face from the mask, and we'll just hold up the scimitar, and we'll just slowly drag it across his neck, and then just kind of like as the blood's dripping out of his neck, his body will instinctively start like trembling as it just falls over to the ground, bleeding out. I need a charisma saving throw.
I'm hoping I have no
Or
kill myself.
because
but,
you
know,
guys
we'll
didn't want to pay to get in the door.
We did
No.
pay.
We're inside already. I don't know what she's doing.
They're inside.
see.
She's just doing this because she wants to.
Charisma saving. I'm just trying to. Is that just no? Here we go. It's
Yeah,
this.
there's a saving throw area. Holy crap! Okay.
Okay then, never mind. All right, yep. Guy sitting there bleeding out, and you go. I'll say, the body that he is holding, kind of shrunk, goes. I'll say, just kind of takes in a deep breath, like. As he looks at you, he's like, "What? Hold on, what?" He just kind of looks over at the dead body. He's like, "I'm confused."
Yeah. Zara just smiles and then she readies. I'm so excited. The next minute, she is going to cast Create Undead on his body.
Okay. As you are doing that, he is going to. As you are doing that, both of you because of what you are, can see the soul trying to lift out of its body. Thurn is going to spin his scythe over his head and slice it through the soul. As the soul splits into what looks to be some sort of particles and flies into his body.
That's really cool.
He just used one of his features. So for the moment, for the next 8 hours, he is under death ward.
Awesome.
Ooh, wait. What's that for mean?
Basically, with the class he took, he has a feature. If someone dies within 100 feet of him, he can make an attack roll against their evacuating soul, and if he can beat them, then they effectively cease to be, and he takes their soul, and they cannot be revived under any means. But he takes their soul and basically gets death ward for 8 hours.
So that means I can't bring it back as a zombie.
Oh, you can bring it back. Yeah, it's just a corpse now.
Oh, this is so convenient. Amazing. Yeah. Then.
You don't need to be a soul to be an undead.
Okay.
You need
Cool.
a soul to come back.
Like, oh man, I might fall in love with this guy. Oh. So yeah, I'm gonna try and cast the Create Undead on former Zara Guard.
Oh, okay. He will come back to life with blood dripping, with like the front of his uniform doused in blood that has been dripping from his neck. A foul stench emanating from his body, as like you can kind of see the flesh like pouring out of the sleeves and out of the pants legs of his shirt. I'm like out of his pants legs and out of the sleeves of his shirt, as his skin just kind of seems to be like rotting and falling off, as there's this disgusting smell starting to emanate from him. People in the general area are kind of like, ugh, what is this? This guy is basically standing here moaning now. Let me put a dead token on him. All right.
I'm going to command them to wander the town away from me.
Wander away from you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
But to stay, but not go past like really like 100 feet would be a problem. But he can generally go where.
Okay, it will kind of like nod and then like.
Take my hearing back from him.
Okay. It will start shambling off, like bleeding and flaking off bits and pieces of flesh as his body's just kind of freaking and walking very. It does not look convincing as a guard right now.
Are you okay, Fred? Oh, that bad, huh?
All right. So you've done that. For the people at the tavern, you've had a delicious meal, unaware of all the fuckery that is currently going on, like roughly 150 yards away from you. So you've had a good meal. You learned about what this town is basically about and what sort of tasks are available. What would you like to do?
Well, since from what it sounds like, we'd have to go down to the guild, which probably is not going to be open at this hour.
I'll say he'll say he's like the guild's always open. You never. He was like the guild's always open. It's 24 hours. I'll say everything. I'll say don't. He'll say the only thing that actually has a time limit is this side of town.
Oh, the guild's on the rich
He'll say that he was like the wealthy do not have a time limit encroached upon them.
Well, sure, but I imagine they sleep, which is why I wasn't sure whether they'd be open.
Oh, well, they take shifts. They're always open. You never know when. The ruling class does everything in their power to make sure that those who have money are never inconvenienced by something as minor as closures. Because what if they want to go hunting in the middle of the night?
Well, I don't know about you two, but I'm going to at least head up that way to see what they have on the board.
I don't see why not.
I feel like the worthwhile jobs are going to be in the poor district, but they're definitely going to be heading for bed now, so I'll check with them in the morning.
Yeah. Oh,
well, he's gonna say if you want jobs with money, they're in the city. If you just want to help people, then you'd have to wait until the peasantry guild is open.
Like I said, I prefer to help people, but I should at least check the other one to see if they mistakenly posted something worthwhile.
Yeah, I guess there's something killing the peasantry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But by the way, Sebastian, since this place is divided by money and stuff like that, is there some kind of like checkpoint we have to worry about, or?
There is, and I'll say, there's a checkpoint. You won't miss it. Just head out of here, head north, and you will definitely come across the checkpoint.
Well, it's more of what's the requirement for the checkpoint?
Money. It's not so much giving money. It's how much you have.
Yeah, I do recall that being part of the lesson, but like, do you know how much, or?
Depends. The closer you get towards the center of the city, the more money you need.
To get to where we're talking about, where to go?
I'll say the wall there. There is a barrier there, and it's designed to effectively poison the. It's designed to poison the the less fortunate. So long as you have money and you all look like rather strapping gentlemen, I'm pretty sure the poison pill won't kill you.
How will you feel about that, Neelam?
I'll say generally, in order to at least get past there, I believe you need to be in possession of at least be of equivalent value to 2,000 gold.
No, if that's all we need to get to where we're trying to get to, I think we can handle that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Evan's going to kind of like make a bit of a face. He's like, not exactly sure I have that. I'm not exactly sure I have that much on me, but
Is
Your
it
loadout
coin,
is
Sebastian?
he said equivalent value. Your loadout is equivalent value to that.
Okay.
I sure hope so.
That blade you got alone is worth more than that.
He's like, okay, that's fair.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Sorry, Flea, didn't mean to cut you off.
Thank you for the meal, Sebastian, and kind of gesture to the tiefling.
She'll smile and kind of do like the little finger wave towards you. Come back anytime, cutie.
And you're not even getting your name. Actually,
you said you forgot it.
Can I at least get it before you call me sweet things like that?
She will say, well, she was like, well, she's gonna look over at Sebastian. And he's like, I guess, and she was like, Suaki.
Thank you, Sebastian Suaki, for your hospitality and your.
And she's gonna like, you're welcome. And she was like, wait, I didn't even get your name.
Oh, right, sorry. Come on.
Lee. Okay. She was like, she'll look at you and she'll look at Nail and she was like, my heroes.
We haven't done anything around here yet, so.
You haven't been assholes, so technically by default, that makes you better than everyone else.
Hey, wait a second.
He will look very.
You picked your side.
Sadly. Yeah, he will look at her eyes, like put a hand on her shoulder. My dear, you need to raise your standards a bit. I know that in this town that's dangerous, but just a tier, just a little bit.
Hey, Ravenloft, raising your standards is dangerous. This town especially.
Yeah.
I say she'll be like she was like that's sweet, honey. But I save hope for the people who can actually provide results. And unfortunately, I'm not one of them. I'm just alone. She was like, I'm just a waitress.
Yeah. You do what you gotta.
There's leftovers.
She was like, I make sure that the people who can actually she was like, I make sure that the people who can actually change the world are well fed.
Outside, probably. Did you let
Hey,
her know?
everyone has their role. Shut up. But yeah, I'll pay them like 5 gold for the whole thing, cause fuck it.
Okay. So, in which case, she will go ahead and take that. And you guys are assuming going to head towards the border?
That was the idea.
Okay. Cool. You guys heading towards the border. I said you guys are heading towards the border. For you other gentlemen, and I'll say for the rest of you who are in the brothel, you have gotten your property for the night. What will you do with them?
I say Suka goes first.
I'm gonna say Suka, Rayon, and Nix. You all have been led to separate rooms. You all as paying customers are politely escorted in. Your property has been shoved in a room behind you, and the door has been slammed. for Rayon, I say for Rayon and oh, I say for Rayon and Suka. They seem to be just kind of standing there, trembling, trying to not, obviously be as scared as they are.
Titan! Now he was straight to the food bowl.
But they seem to be just kind of staring down at the ground. They're very attractive, though.
I know, they keep blocking everybody. I don't get it. It's okay.
Well, for the person I'm with, I'm gonna say, after we get in the room, if you give me a moment, I'll kill you.
You have been given a key to their manacles, by the way.
Mine? Okay.
He says, Daddy recognized that I was missing and came looking for me.
Yeah, it's because he knows it's going to be in 1 and 2 spots.
One moment, I'll heal you.
Just stop getting my
Provided they don't resist, I will cast level 2 healing on them.
Okay. Alright. It will heal up the bruises. It will heal up the bruises from the manacles.
Stop!
And from
Go!
what appears to be some bruising on various parts of her various parts of her body.
Okay. And then I'll unlatch the manacles.
Lay down.
Okay. She will just stand there, kind of look. She will kind of stand there, like looking you in the eye, as if she is awaiting whatever it is that you are going to ask of her. She seems to be kind of deadpan, as if kind of like her mind has gone elsewhere, so that she can deal with this circumstance.
Okay. Well, I'll just gesture towards an area for her to have a seat, and next I'll have a seat nearby.
Okay. She will make her way over to the bed and just lay down on the bed.
Alright, I doubt there'd be any actual interest anyway. I'm planning on using this time for some information.
She'll kind of sternly tell you, it's like if she was like as much as I'm not aware of whatever sort of taste this involves, could you please do whatever it is that you plan on doing and get it over with?
It sounds like you really have been at this a while. I really am here for just information, particularly that of the Queen. If I were to get involved with you again, I think there would be more oddity than interest.
Okay. She will kind of slowly turn her head towards you. What do you want?
As you can no doubt tell, I'm rather new here, and I'm wondering as to the temperament of the ruler here, at least since last you saw her.
She'll kind of look back up towards the ceiling. My husband fell out of favor. It was like my husband fell out of favor with the Queen's cousin. And he, I must say, my husband fell out of favor with the queen's cousin when my husband refused to. And when he fancied me, he therefore must say, must say, being part of the royal family, he had my husband, must say, he had my husband killed, and had me sent here.
No, sir.
The queen must say the queen found out about that,
Tight.
and she had her husband subsequently beheaded.
So it sounds like she's both jealous and wanting a thrall.
The queen fancied my husband. The queen fancied my husband, but she knew that she would never be able to get close enough to him without him dying. Such is the queen's curse.
When anyone who gets close enough to her actually dies.
Anyone she falls in love with is bound to die. So she kept him at a distance and simply admired him from afar. But since he met his untimely end at the hands of her cousin, she had her cousin subsequently beheaded for killing my husband. So now she is one less family member, and I am without a husband. And without a husband, I was diminished in value and was forced to engage in forced into the servitude in order to pay off my debts. There is a charge here for being widowed.
Well, how about something potentially of value for yourself then, in exchange for information on how I might best persuade the Queen to serve protection to some people close to me, in exchange for that information. What if I were to were to try to get you out of here? When I say out of here, I mean beyond her reach.
She'll laugh, and she'll laugh. She's like, trust and believe that I'm nowhere near the Queen's. I'm nowhere near the Queen's. She does not care about what happens to me. I'm fairly certain she has forgotten about me. I'm simply here as the property of the owners of this place. As I belong to them, they are the only ones who care about me and what happens to me. I can tell you right now that the only way to gain the Queen's favor is if you can provide her with something of exoticness and exquisiteness. If you can offer her something that no one else has, then I'm certain that she would be more than willing to provide protection.
Well, unfortunately, myself isn't an option.
The thing is whatever you wish to protect. Whatever you wish to protect of exquisite. Of exotic and exquisite, one of a kind.
Considering what we are, yes.
She's gonna look at you and be like, "There doesn't seem to be anything particularly special about you. I know that's rich coming from me."
Oh.
She'll look at your ear. She's like, "That's a little weird, though."
I'm not particularly interested in disclosing the details at the moment.
She'll say, if that's the case, then you're welcome. And she was like, if that's the case, you're welcome to go talk to the queen. Welcome to go talk to the queen. Then, if you, and I'll say, if you can tell her that you have something of interest, she will happily take court with you. But be warned that if she is not interested and you waste her time, she will have you executed.
She could try. The place I'm from, a much more powerful individual was in charge.
Ooh. And I said,
Mase, she'll kind of laugh. She was like, she'll laugh. She was like, do not. She was like, do not. She was like, please do not. It would be in your best interest to not underestimate to not underestimate the queen. Even though she does not possess the raw power of other, even though she does not possess the raw power of other lords, she is definitely not to be trifled with. There is a reason why the other Dark Lords dare not. That idiot barbarian at the border, who cannot get it through his thick skull.
I can certainly imagine. Yeah, from what I've heard. Do you happen to know if there is anything in particular that the queen is seeking, or was seeking rather? Hello?
Okay, you kind of blanked out for a second.
Okay. Do you know if there's anything in particular that the queen is, or yes, in this case, was seeking?
Value. That is it. I'll say there's only two things that the queen wants: love. And I'll say the queen wants love, and the queen wants things that no one else has.
He's nuts.
Okay. Thank you. So
she'll say, "You're welcome," and she was like, "Now, are you going to get this over with or not?" As she continues staring at the ceiling, laying on the bed.
Oh God!
What do you want? You clearly were, as you said, effectively pressured into this versus this being something of interest to you. What is of interest to you? She's
just going to kind of go stoic, even more stoic in the face. My husband was killed. My children were murdered. I was stripped of my name, my lineage, my home, my land, everything. I have nothing but my body. There is nothing that I value besides death.
Killed that. Whoa.
It did sound like she wanted death.
Well, she was like everything that I had. I had riches, a loving husband. I had beautiful children. I had a life of luxury, and because someone else wanted it, they stripped me of it. So she just lost everything overnight. So she went from being like one of the highest ranks of nobility to just like arbitrarily losing everything. So she's like, I've got nothing, and even if you free me from this, I don't have anything else I can do. She was like, I was a rich noble woman. I was pretty for a living. My husband loved me. He doted on me, and we had maids who took care of everything. Even if you set me free, I wouldn't survive out in the wilderness by myself.
No, fortunately, we have options beyond the wilderness. I will probably not be able to make this roll, but you know what? I'm going to do it anyway.
Charisma, persuasion.
Persuasion for this woman really needs a pep talk.
No. Let her die. Let us have her body.
I love how Nix is over here trying to be Captain Save-A.
Everybody's gotta have hobbies, you know.
Oh yeah,
I thought we left Tim and Darkon.
I wanna be
We
saved.
left Tim in Darkon and apparently replaced it with Lady Tim.
Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Don't save her.
We traded one necromancer for another, it sounds like.
because it's like if she truly wants death, that's on the table.
I mean, she said what she said. It's up to you to take her seriously or not. You paid the money for her. Technically, you could put a bullet in her head because you paid for her.
Technically, yes.
I'm about to say, because if you don't kill her, they're just going to put her back on the market for the next night.
I know.
If you kill her, they're just going to replace her with another disenfranchised nobility.
Yeah, I get why she doesn't want to be set free if she's so distraught.
You know what the worst part about this?
Hmm.
That little speech tells us she's one of the unlucky ones that has a soul.
Oh,
She's not a mist construct.
oh well, shit.
Wait, what?
Not everyone
Because she actually
in Ravenloft as well.
As I explained last week, not everybody here is actually real. The fact that she gave that speech about actually formally giving a damn means that she's one of the people that's actually real. She's not just of the smoke.
Oh.
Because
That's
she had the ability to give a damn.
Yeah, some of the people who actually live here in Ravenloft are just like constructs in order to populate the area, just to give the impression that these people who are purposely being tormented have people around them.
It's not some. It's most of them. Most of them are fake.
Yeah, roughly about like 80% of the people, 80 to 90% of the people who are here in Ravenloft are just like constructs of what the dark powers that run this place believe would, they basically just came with personalities for each of them and just threw them out here. They're literally background fodder.
They're just imaginary people.
You ever see those faceless people? You ever see those faceless people in anime who walk through the background? That's what half of the people in Ravenloft are.
Damn. That's funny.
So technically, this guard that you just killed probably was a construct.
But you mentioned that a soul was able to be stuck or like grabbed
Yeah,
by.
you did.
Yeah, I'm about to say yeah. I was like, possibly a construct, possibly real.
The fact that you saw a soul means it's real. If it was a construct, nothing would have come out.
Right? Unless you can have constructed souls too for a minute. I don't know.
That's unless Brian's changed it. That's not how it's supposed to work, but he may have changed it.
There's a certain small, like, more so like the energy of Ravenloft has kind of been, the way I kind of run these people is kind of like there's a small fraction of like the energy of Ravenloft kind of thrown into these people, enough to make them constructs. And even if you do take their souls, it just kind of recycles back into the system once you use the magic that their soul offered.
That's not even a house rule. That's literally how it works. It's like, yeah, it died. It escaped back into the cycle.
Yeah. It's like you can use their power, it flows through you temporarily, you use whatever magic that, stealing souls allowed you to do, and then once it cycles through you for the duration, it goes back into Ravenloft.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yeah, again, Nyx really isn't partaking for two reasons. One, again, this isn't like someone goes, oh, I'm working at a brothel because I want to. She's really pressing this. And second, again, he's not really certain how she'd react to him anyway. So, let's try my crap-ass pep talk of a persuasion skill. I will throw
expecting him to potentially fail. I would like to know. I'll say Rayon and Satsuka, you're up next.
Yep.
Rayon can go.
Yeah, no, kill me now.
Does she genuinely seem the one? She genuinely seems to want this. Actually, wait. Let me make a crap insight check. I guess it's not
not
a
a craft
I
insight
guess it's
check.
not a craft insight
Okay,
check.
so your persuasion. You tried to persuade her, and now you have confirmed that you are correct. I really don't have anything to live for. Please, if I say originally she was kind of content with just living her life as effectively just a sex doll for misogynistic assholes. But now she's like, yeah, your pep talk has made me realize I'm not even worth that. Please just kill me.
Anti pep talk. Okay,
You tried though.
I tried.
Your insight has basically let you know that thanks to your invigorating speech, you have convinced her that whatever sliver she was holding on to is not worth holding on to. Living just for the sake of living is not worth it.
Our heroes, everyone.
You should have given her to me.
Damn. Okay.
I could have given her a reason for living.
At this point, from what you can tell from this insight roll, if you don't do it yourself, after you're done with her, she is going to take her life tonight.
Well, shit. I guess I'm gonna have to make it painless because it has to. I'm willing to bet it won't be painless. She does it herself. Okay.
Alright, let me talk to her.
Yeah, let Tatsuka talk to her.
Are you busy at the moment?
Yeah,
Yes, she is.
I'm gonna be out my room a hell of a lot faster than you guys are gonna be out yours.
Okay. Well, let me phrase it this way. Because I do not have a psychic link with Suka over here,
That's fair.
if she, for lack of a better term, gets herself involved somehow in what I am doing, then I guess that's the only way you'll get a chance to talk to her. Because if not, then the best outcome I can do is, as Brian said, put a bullet in her head, because that'll hit her off switch right quick.
Yeah. So while Nix is fumbling with that, Rayon, you are in the room with this obviously
Welcome to Ravenloft.
this obviously scared young woman who is trying to hold back tears
Oh, you got
while she is staring there, kind of trembling. Her manacles are still. Her manacles and shackles are still on. She still has a a collar around her neck. A collar around her neck, shackles around her wrists that are also connected to her feet. You have been given a key and a small magical device that can send electrical shocks through her body if she disobeys.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to.
Sorry, go on.
I'm going to talk to her in her mind so that if anyone else is listening, so that if no one else can listen in on my conversation with her.
Yeah. Okay. Your room has what amounts to a king-size bed, a rather comfortable-looking chair, a desk with a ink and quill, and a window that you can, and a very beautiful looking window with very soft curtains that seem to have been drawn closed.
Well, you have an ink and quill drawn, or
Okay. In her head, I'm going to. I'm trying to think of the best way to say this. There's no need to tremble.
you'll be gentle.
What?
I'm sorry, I said you'll be gentle.
There's no need to tremble.
God is here.
Hold on. Well, yeah. I mean, that's part of what I'm going to say. There's no need to tremble, for I am a god and I am about to give you a gift.
Oh, shit.
You will be able to slay countless men who hurt you.
So half the town.
She's going to look at you, and she's gonna look at you, and she was like, "You are going to give me power to kill the people who did this to me."
Well, maybe not the ones who did this to you. I'm not that accurate. Oi! She'll say I only care about getting back at the bastard who she was like, I only care about getting back at the bastard who killed my father. Huh. Revenge plot. Hold on. Let me double check a book here real fast and get back to you on that revenge. Because I need to. I don't know if I can do revenge yet. I might be able to.
Only for revenge.
There's only.
Like I don't know if my job has revenge contracts.
I know I have new contracts now.
We have the revenge package.
Please stay tuned.
I have the make yourself wealthy package.
Wealth could get her out of this predicament.
Hold please, I'm reading the list.
Although she wouldn't have her status, she would be rich enough to make people not be able to say anything, because she would still be viewed as a whore. But she would be able to at least get some sort of be able to walk around with the normal people here.
We need to really
Actually, I can grant you the gift of liberating freedom. That is.
Yeah.
She's
list
gonna
now.
she's gonna be like, what the hell is that?
Don't know. Not tried it yet.
Wait, don't tell her that.
Bring him in.
Like, fuck if I know.
You
Sounds
just-
good though, doesn't it?
You just sign here.
He's like, do you want liberating freedom? What's liberating freedom?
I don't know. The GM hasn't told me what liberating freedom translates to in game.
It doesn't say.
No, I mean literally, it says that mechanically there's no gain from these contracts.
Liberating freedom.
So you get to choose what happens to them in game when I give them these gifts.
Considering what you are, liberating freedom, you can guarantee that they can escape their current predicament.
I like how specific that is. You will. You will escape your confines. And then I can go home, you'll escape your confines.
I can guarantee that you will escape your current predicament. Fight, Asuka! What the? Get down!
Okay. Make me a persuasion roll and please don't David this.
I say roll better than me, please.
What's your? Well, to be fair, my base persuasion is higher than his roll, so I can't.
Still got one.
Also, David, if it's any consolation, even Khalid would be like, there are some fates worse than death.
There is a 21 in total.
Oh, okay. She will say you can. She was like, you can free me from my current predicament.
Yes.
She will fall to her knees and hold out her hands towards you. Please, anything. I will do anything you say. Please. I can't deal with this anymore. I can't. It was like, I can't deal with this anymore.
Okay.
I can't have. It was like, I can't have another night with them touching me.
We're gonna do a little touching first between us. And then we'll continue this on.
She's gonna kind of look at you, look a little deflated, and just kind of like her hands that were outstretched to you will just kind of like fall limply on the ground with her head hanging.
Hey,
And
hey,
she's gonna be like, I should have known. She'll get up and just like listfully walk over to the bed and just fall over on it.
Oh my god, don't do it!
I have to!
You really don't.
Okay, you know what?
I'm
Fine.
so happy
You know what?
I'm so happy I'm running a perfect Ravenloft campaign.
You know what? Fine. You know what? Fine.
No,
I'm
no,
gonna-
do it! Fall!
On a scale of
Oh,
one,
to the evil!
we'll do 70%, 70% chance. So 70% chance he doesn't do it. I don't know,
Rayon.
David.
Good. Give it.
He's not doing it.
Ah,
On that thing. Alrighty, fine. I won't sleep with you. Why couldn't I have gotten the girl who just wanted death? I would have done so much better with your girl. Instead, I get the girl who wants revenge.
This is what you get for paying $500.
Hey,
Um,
considering what I'm gonna get from this, yeah, it's worth it. Yeah. Just sign right here on this contract.
What the fuck?
She's gonna look at you and she's gonna like, what? You've changed your mind?
No.
She's gonna like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please don't tell them. I told them I would stop trying to cry because every time I cry and people ask for refunds, they beat me.
Oh my god!
Well, I'm pretty sure you're gonna be getting out of that predicament, so
Can you please tell them that I did a good job? Please don't tell
sure,
them.
I'll leave them a glowing review.
Thank
Yelp
you.
review 5 stars.
Oh my god.
Would try again. Put it on Yelp.
There were 69s and everything.
Okay. She will sign your contract.
Excellent.
As she signed the contract, the shackles will fall off of her.
There you were free.
You have upheld your contract. These shackles have fallen off of her. She has been freed of her current predicament.
Oh!
Dick move! Dick move!
Hey. Technically, she should be free from the thing, because I'm...
Her current predicament was being shackled. You never said that you unshackled her. She is free of her current predicament.
Okay, most of
and
you-
I
her
thought it
soul
was
belongs-
implied.
No, you see, you have to actually dictate
You're a
the terms
demon.
of your contract when you make the deal with the target.
Oh, well, if I'm dictating the terms, I'm dictating the terms as she's free from these people.
Okay,
So-
that's what I was asking. That's the reason why I said I was like, considering you and the way the contract should be written, because you was like, it's up to me to determine. I was like, you are free of your current predicament. You was like, that sounds cool. So I was like, all right.
And so
No,
you're making
no,
demon
no.
contracts. You have to word them like wishes.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm
You technically,
being
I'm
nice.
say,
I'm getting her out of town.
as a demon, it benefits you the more underhanded the contract is.
It
The more you'll be
does.
screwed over by the contract, then the more power you get from it.
Okay, that's fine. We'll screw her over. She's unshackled.
Okay.
Congratulations, you're free of your current predicament. I'm gonna walk out
She's
the
in-
room now. I'm not even gonna stick around.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't even get to fuck her.
I think that's on you.
It's okay.
You picked you picked the thing that basically helps you get powerful off of other people's sadness and misery. I was like,
You're
So-
expecting happy demon contracts?
I was expecting to be able to stick my penis in something, but she started crying.
You have more gold. I mean, if that's your goal.
Yeah, can I buy yours?
I'm currently in my room right now.
I'm gonna come knock on the door. I'm
when
knocking on the
I'm
door
also-
where Nyx is.
When I'll say once you leave out of the room, the guards will kind of look and they'll be like, "You done already?"
I'm done with that one. I'm gonna go.
They're gonna like.
I'm gonna go help my buddy Nix.
They're gonna kind of look at each other and be like, "All right," and they're gonna walk back. They're gonna walk into the room, and they're like, "Wait!" She's like, "Wait, no, no!" And you will hear the shackles be reattached to her as she's let out of the room.
Oh no!
I'm not even looking back, Nix. In your head, you're gonna hear, "Hey."
You will hear her. I'm gonna say, as you are trying to drown out the screams of her as she's being dragged down the hallway back to her cell.
Oh no!
Lawful evil. I'm lawful evil. I'm lawful evil. This is okay.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I just had to have an affirmation moment for myself. Nix, in your head, you're going to hear, "Hey, is yours any good? Mine started crying."
No!
As I recall, I can't actually mentally respond.
I'm going to be knocking on the door that I saw you walk into.
Oh, cool. So we said that loud where the guards can hear it and beat
Oh,
him out.
no. I said that into his head, but I'm knocking on the door to Nix's room.
I'll say, Nix, out in the hallway, you can hear the screaming and yelling of a woman as she's like, "Don't send me back! No! No, we had a deal! We had a deal! No!" And she just, the voice disappears down the hallway. Suka, you also hear this.
I'm gonna look over at my person and be like, don't worry, I'm after something completely different. Cross my heart.
I'm after your blood, not your soul.
She seems to be she seems to be less sad than his, but more so just kind of dejected overall. She kind of looks up and she was like, "Well, what is it that you want from me?"
How much is it to buy your freedom?
I wouldn't know that.
Okay, that's a question we'll figure out when we get out of here. But why?
She was like you would need to ask my owners.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, push comes to shove, I have a really nifty trick. But in the interim, if I give you money on the side, would you be able to keep it, or do they come and take it from you? Like, how does that work?
The reason she will say the reason why we are naked is so that they can't so that we can't have anything. We're not giving clothes.
Oh, I just assumed it was just part of their motif, make you guys more appealing or something. All right, neither here nor there. I would like some of your blood, willingly, of course.
She will say it's not like I have a choice anyway.
No. You have to willingly give it to me, otherwise I cannot take it.
You have to sign the
You can't fight anything here in this realm.
Here, quick. Here's a letter of consent. Here's a letter of consent you can have her sign.
If she gives it to me willingly, I can.
I'm gonna say she'll look at you and be like, "You already paid for me. Paying for me was my consent." I can't. She will say. I cannot deny you. They'll beat me if I do.
Asuka, lay down.
Unfortunately, I can hear my brother in my head telling me that that's not consent. So I specifically need you to say that yes, I'm allowed. If you don't say it,
is that
then
my She will say is that your command?
You're not winning this one, Sierra.
Okay, you know what? It's cool. It's cool.
I'm gonna say this isn't me being like an asshole. This is me being her. She's so afraid of being injured, and she's like, "Is this you commanding me to give you consent? In which case I will do so," because she doesn't want to be here at all.
That's it. You're playing the setting. It's just a terrible setting.
Yeah, no. This is cool.
She doesn't want to be here. She doesn't want to be doing this. She doesn't want to be bitten. She doesn't want to be hurt. She doesn't want any of this. So that's why she's like, but if you tell But if you tell me that this is what you want me to say, I will give you. I will. If you command me to give you, if you command me to let you have consent, then I will give it to you.
See, I feel like if I do this, he's just gonna be like, "That's not consent," and then he's gonna sit there and show me those videos again.
And that's it. You've already had this conversation with him because that's where your whole own person's thing was.
Yeah.
This is basically that.
She's like, "God damn it, this is not fair. He did this to me on purpose. He made me promise him on purpose." You know what? I'm gonna pee in his
Well, they did just drag a whole bunch of slaves out in front of you. I mean, what part of you thought they'd be able to consent to anything?
Hey, that was a slave. That's no consent.
I mean, am I wrong for thinking that I didn't make this abundantly clear that these people are just kind of property and they don't really have their own?
No, you were good, sir. You were good. This is okay. You know what? I'm just gonna take you home with us. Stop calling Sandra and you giving me what I want.
So let me get this straight. I'm the only one that has the one with the death wish.
To be fair, yours didn't start with one.
No, I'm not a good people person.
I will knock on the
I'll
door
give her purpose
and
with a
ask
capital
for
P.
a guard.
And y'all wonder why I'm antisocial.
In real life or in Ravenloft?
Both.
I feel like I would just love to see like Tristan and Greg's faces right now, just kind of like,
Oh, I checked out about 10 minutes into the session, so.
Hey, I'll be there.
This has been a bad time.
Yeah, as you know his backstory, Khalid, Brian, you know how Khalid would feel about this, so it's like,
yeah.
But yeah, that's just how it is. But we have other things going on.
What's going on?
All
I'm
right.
gonna ask for a guard.
So are you going to free her?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
I just
are you
want
just
one
going to
thing,
let the
and
are you just
because
going to let
of
the
Evans,
time
I can't
expire?
have it if she's like this. So.
Are you just going to let the time expire?
No, I'm gonna ask for a guard.
Okay. Okay, you have to go outside the room.
Yeah, I'm sticking out, and then I'm gonna ask for a guard.
Okay. Okay. Which guard do you want? There's roughly about 10 of them.
Whichever guard is willing to give me what I want. What's
Okay,
the nearest guard to me? The nearest guard to me.
There's a guard posted outside of each room. So there's a guard outside of your room, like across the hallway from the room. So if you stick your head out the door, you just see like this long hallway with like 10 guards, roughly spaced at about 10 feet away from each other.
Gaston.
The one outside your door will look and kind of like guess.
Garçon?
No, Gaston.
There was like, do you need room service?
I need to find the person who owns this person.
Are you, so he'll say, oh, you're interested in he was like, you're interested in purchasing?
Yes, permanently. Permanently purchasing it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. One moment. He was like one moment. Just stay right here for me. He will walk off.
What does that do for hunger?
All right.
If you purchase them, can you drain them completely?
Cool. So
he
he will walk off. He will walk off, and about he'll walk off. He'll come back with he'll come back with a scroll, and he will come back with a scroll. You will unravel it for you. It appears to be a deed of some sorts with this slave's original name on it, and also her slave designation of 0156.
No, you had a pretty name.
I'll say her original name of Claudia.
Whack.
Yeah. I say original name of Claudia, 0156. It's her slave. It's her slave ID number. It says that it will have a list of deductions. It will have a list of an initial price. It will have the initial price of what she was worth. A list of the amount of people who have come and used her, and that is deducted from the price that she is worth. It will tell you of any injuries that she has that has been deducted as well. Her going price is 1,200.
1,200 and what?
1,250 gold. That is how much. Initial price when she first showed up day one was she was worth 5,000.
Do I have that?
Initial going price was 12. Initial going price was 5,000, but after everything that's kind of happened to her, and she's been kind of roughed up by some of the people who've had her. She is now worth 12,000.
500 just for the hour?
1,250. Sorry.
So what?
500 was for the whole night.
Alright. We'll buy it.
Okay. The guard will say, if you could just sign right here.
I will sign with my fake name, but I will sign nonetheless.
Okay.
My name that I put down is Joseph.
I'm very surprised that you didn't then immediately break what Trish said and try to do the the blacksmith thing again.
Wrong person? Well, Evan gave her a really stern talking to and made her make her promises.
It's like Nayland warned her. Evan is the one who will work her a new one.
Yeah.
Nayland warned her before, but if you fuck it up, we can't take you out.
You can't charm a piece of paper.
No,
You can't charm a piece of paper.
whatever.
This isn't something that you
Consent.
What is the guard wearing?
The same thing that all the other guards are wearing.
Sexy pants.
Before he leaves, I will close the door.
Well, he's standing in the doorway. He's not inside the room.
Oh, well, I will beckon him in to come in.
They don't come in.
They don't come.
It don't come.
I'm about to say, you notice they do not seem to be willing to cross the threshold until you say that you are done, and after you've left the room.
No, whichever is the first one is my roll. What? Oh, no, I just put the thingy. God damn it. I was trying to roll charm person. It just keeps popping up.
Well, yeah, you don't roll charm person. They make a save.
Oh, my bad. Alright, I'm a charm person, the guard.
Okay.
And even that charm person just makes them like you, so they're more inclined to do what you ask. He doesn't actually.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're thinking dominate if you want to absolutely control them.
No.
Mass subjugation.
Oh boy. Okay, let's see. And charm person is a wisdom or charisma save?
It says right there in front of you.
Well, I'm not saying I was trying to. It was.
Wisdom, yeah.
So I was immediately.
I find it funny how you have the best situation out of all of us.
Who?
Suga.
My situation wasn't terrible. I just have to listen to her scream as they hauled her off.
I didn't say it was worse. I said it was the best. So I'm
Does
not
that
saying
mean
yours is
he
worse.
beats it?
What's your spell DC? I'm pretty sure he failed it, but
Spell DC. Oh, I guess that will help if I go. Spell save DC 20.
there you go. So yes, he rolled a 15. That is less than 20, so he failed.
I'm going to ask him to go bring me some clothes for her, and nothing tattered or with holes.
I can get you out of your current.
He will tell you that I'm gonna say he will tell you that he will tell you that He will tell you that they do not have spare clothes. I'll say the place does not carry spare clothes. There is a shop down the street that you can purchase clothes from.
Then I will ask him to quickly run and go purchase those clothes for me.
He will tell you that he can do it after he gets off.
I need to do it now. And I will throw in 1 platinum piece to sweeten the deal.
What? 10 gold?
Hey, I'm hoping he doesn't know how to count.
Okay. He will start to make his way. He will like, okay, as you wish. As he starts to kind of make his way away, one of the guards will look towards him, and he'll kind of gesture towards the other guards. They'll whisper something into their cuffs.
Oh no.
He will walk out the door. You will hear something. Since you are actually outside, Zara, you will see 2 guards come running from around the corner, waiting at the doorway, standing on both sides of the door. As he comes walking out the door, one of them will stab a scimitar into his neck. The other one will stab one into his abdomen. And he will fall over.
Oh, God. What? Well, okay, fine. You know, it's cool. We're just gonna walk out. I'm just gonna walk out.
One of those 2 guards, they'll nod to each other. One of them will walk in. There will be another guard that looks exactly like the guard that you just sent outside that will walk inside and stand in front of your room and take the other one's place. Zara, you will see said guard that was just stabbed being dragged off into a corner in a back alley.
Do I see which alley he's being dragged off to?
This one back over here.
Nice.
For the moment until we get to the shop down the street, I will put my cloak around her, and we will then proceed to head to the shop, ignoring everybody else.
Nope. Wrong button.
Bougie mom.
Okay.
Wrong button.
The guy. Okay. As you were.
That's what I was trying to do.
Yeah, I'll just give them, like, you know, I don't know how much stuff is. Well, hopefully not super expensive.
All right. The
As you land is super expensive.
I'm gonna say as you guys are doing that, Khalid and Nayland, you guys are approaching this purple line that seems to be emitting this arcane glow from it. There is a guard standing on the opposite side of the wall, who looks like this.
I imagine I recognize this as such, considering you said I've been here before. So.
Yes, he will look towards you. He will look towards you, and he just looking you up and down. He will say, he was like, Vistani, and he will kind of bow a bit, and then he'll look at the rest of them. He was like, and I see that you are transporting riffraff.
I wouldn't necessarily call them riffraff, but yeah.
He will say the barrier will determine that.
God damn it. It's just okay. This is gonna keep fucking up. Got it.
All right. He will look you. He will look and tell you. He was like I assume that you and your friends have the means by which you know how to get through. Then by all means cross the barrier. He's like, feel free to cross the barrier if you feel capable enough.
Hush.
I'll walk across the barrier.
Okay. Khalid, will you cross the barrier?
Very carefully.
Okay.
I put the directions in Skype.
Oh, okay. I will see if I can figure out how to open that up on my phone.
Let's see. Usually, I'll say, was it brackets?
I have no idea how to find the chat.
It's brackets.
I can
Right.
type it
That's
out.
an open bracket, letter, close bracket, parentheses, image URL, ending with the image type.
Yeah. Close parentheses.
Close parentheses.
Okay. Son of a bitch. Okay, yeah, it's doing that.
So yeah, you can't type it into the Roll20 to show her the example. So it's posted. The formula is posted in Skype. So you have to, fill it in appropriately.
Yeah. Let's see. Each of you who walks through takes 23 poison, unless you are immune to poison, in which case you take half that.
Did 23?
Ah, that's right. The poison. The poison to kill Cusco. Cusco's poison.
There we got it.
Yes, correct. Okay. You guys cross over the barrier. Having crossed over the barrier, you look back. You no longer see the area that you just came from. You only see the rolling, beautiful fields of Rishmallow.
Denial at its finest.
As you guys are heading around the corner,
That's not fucked up at least.
you will see this shambling-looking guard with the smell of decay and rot coming off of him. The
Wow, that was
guard
fast.
standing next to you is looking like, what the hell? Charles, are you okay? You can smell undeath on him.
Charles is not fine. Charles is not Charles anymore.
He's going to say, apparently Charles has been afflicted. Apparently Charles has been afflicted probably by those impoverished bastards on the other side of the field.
How do I feel like I'm gonna be the one to get the blame for this? And I didn't even do shit!
You indicated you had magic in their presence.
This guard is going to reach out to him, holding his hand. His gauntlet is going to start glowing with the same purple arcane energy that is coming off the line of the field. You will begin to see kind of this miasmic mist start boiling and bubbling from underneath the outfit as the body starts and it starts falling apart as the body crumples to the ground. He has effectively been poisoned. If you are wondering, yes, they did just poison the undead.
Huh.
My baby!
Did you say my baby?
You gonna stab it to make sure, or are you just gonna wait till it stops twitching?
It just kind of seems to be just like mist coming up from a ever flattening close.
So it seems to be thoroughly nuked. Okay.
Yeah, it is. I must say, it's so much poison that it almost seems like it's acid.
All right. Well, I'll just move
I
on
must
then.
say, he'll look to you and nod. He'll look to you and nod. You will hear like kind of like gasp of disgust coming from like the wealthy, like the obviously wealthy and aristocratic looking guy. It's like, my word, ugh, such a foul stench. The guards were like, it was like, we apologize. It was like, we apologize. It was like, we apologize. This is obviously, it was like, this is obviously one of the, you can tell he's trying to lie. This is obviously, this is obviously part of one of the poor who have managed to disguise themselves as one of our guards. Do not worry. Do not worry. The barrier has dealt with them. They're like, whoa, oh, jolly good. Thank you so much. It was like, thank you so much for protecting us from their filth. Ugh. And it was like, you're welcome, miss. It was like, we're glad to do all of the day's work. He'll kind of wave over a couple of other guards as they'll kind of come over with what looks to be like a cart and a broom as they kind of start sweeping and mopping what's left of him up and shuffling it into a wheelbarrow.
So, common occurrence.
And they seem to take his body over to the barrier, and whatever it is, they dump him. They seem to dump whatever's left of him on the other side of the barrier.
John.
I don't. They know it's not me. I can't bring back the living. I mean the dead.
So
Common
all
occurrence,
that.
is it?
Oh yes, common occurrence.
He's gonna look at you and be like, the guard's gonna look at you. He's like, terribly sorry about that. Vistani, where are you trying to travel to?
We're trying to get to the adventurer / hunters guild hall.
Oh, okay. He was like, very well. He's going to look over at Khalid and be like, can't say I'm familiar with your kind.
He'll just smile.
He'll look over at the others. He was like, don't exactly look the most appealing, I'll say. And he'll look towards Evan. He was like, if you could tell that his eyes were wide underneath his mask, now would be the time. As he looks towards Evan and can kind of see the holy symbol that he has. And he was like, wait, you're, and Evan was like, me what? He will kneel towards Evan, and Evan's gonna be like, yeah, that's right.
Khalid will look to Nayland for explanation.
He's a cleric of Ezra, one of the few actually accepted deities around here.
Wait, who?
Ezra, god of the mists.
He's going. The guard will say, it was like guards. We need an escort quickly. And I'll say, it was like a divine follower of the Holy One. You will find yourself flanked by 5 guards.
And not in a bad way.
They will look towards you. And they say, anything that you need. Anything that you need. We will greatly provide it for you. They was like, anything that you need, we will provide it for you, Your Grace. And Evan's gonna be like, see, why can't other people treat me like this? He's gonna look over towards you. He's like, see, these people, they understand my greatness.
Well, normally I'm not allowed to take you to the places that would appreciate your greatness.
Well, now that we're here, it's not so bad. I can appreciate it. Even the rich, snobby people who are just kind of looking at you, once they actually are told that he is a cleric of Ezra, they actually start looking upon your group far more favorably.
At least until they meet our other half.
Hey, I didn't do nothing bad.
Hey now.
I've been a good girl. I didn't even feed.
I didn't even get to fuck yet.
So as you guys are, basically benefiting from, the cleric equivalent of paladin, being able to just go places because, you're associated with good stuff. I'll say you guys being escorted, easily being escorted over towards the, so you guys are going towards, if I remember correctly, the
Victor's Hall.
Wherever the hell it is you're supposed to go to collect quests.
yes, heading over here towards Quest Crew.
That's true.
I'll say, as you wander over here, you will see this gentleman sitting by a fireplace, and he looks towards you with a smirk. He's like, about time someone actually rolls through here. Actually looks like they know what they're doing. He was like, I was tired of seeing all these frilly aristocrats and their silly little muskets. He'll smirk at you and be like, well, so what is it that you're looking for? You're looking for fun, you're looking for a challenge, or you're looking for something. He'll kind of look around to see if anyone's looking, kind of whisper and kind of hold his hand over his mouth and be like, or are you looking for the big game?
Oh, I don't know about these two. I'm looking for something, I guess, technically it would fall in the middle. It's like, I'm a vampire hunter by trade, but I'm willing to diversify as needed.
He was like, vampire hunter. Well, it'll have to do. He will hand you a sheet of paper. He was like, no one else is willing to take this. No one else is willing to take this job. But considering that you're a vampire hunter, I mean, I guess you'd probably be the next best person to do it. And you got this other group of freaks with you, so I'm guessing they can do it too.
I will take a look at the parchment and hold it in a way that, Evan and Khalid can see it also.
Okay.
Oi. Not freaks. Professionals.
He's gonna kind of laugh and be like, if you take this job, you're a bunch of freaks. Looking at it, there is a job. Clear out the haunted bakery.
Hey, those bagels are deadly.
I feel like this would blow my pay grade. This is like a level 1 quest.
It is considered by this place's standards. As far as danger level, you are aware that danger levels for guilds are rated between 1 through 5. This danger level is, it has a list of how many people have tried this. There have been 20 attempts at this. No one has succeeded.
Oh shit!
No one has come back.
I was about to say. See, it isn't always it. I was about to say, what's the kick?
The only thing that they know is that the owner of the bakery had been put to death by the royal family, and as a curse has thus cursed and left a curse on the bakery. The royal family has not been able to seize control of said bakery, nor has anyone been able to go in. Anyone who has gone in has never come out.
There's the problem. Because it was badly marketed. It's not a haunted bakery, it's a cursed bakery. You say it's cursed, it sounds much more intimidating.
Agreed.
It was like people go in, there are screams, and no one's ever heard coming in. It is a danger. It is because it is unknown what it is, and for the amount of adventurers and soldiers who have gone in and have returned, it is considered danger. It is considered a level 4 mission.
Sounds promising then.
Cool. So I'm gonna say Evan's gonna look and he's like, "Are we really gonna go fight?" He was like, "Are we really gonna go fight like a haunted bakery?"
Well, apparently it's a cursed bakery, not a haunted bakery. And
and
it's at least worth
secondly-
checking out.
And also, pointedly looking at him, don't you want to help your poor, devoted followers?
Evan's gonna be like, "Yeah." Evan's gonna kind of like look at you and kind of roll his eyes with a smirk. And he's like, "Yeah," because he was like, "Yeah." It was like, it's like, "Yeah." There's a haunted bakery and there's poor people around here. Of course, I want them to eat cake.
Damn.
He's not wrong.
I feel like this quest was just put here so we could make that joke.
Actually, no, that just kind of fit the bill.
I feel like
I was like, man, that actually
Evan
kind of
should
worked.
be asking everyone in this rich area for tithes.
And if he wasn't lawful good, he might have.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay, so the lawful good. All the effectively kind of sort of good members of the party are going off to go deal with a cursed bakery, and that's been resolved. Let me see if I can quickly resolve this thing with Nyx and Rayon.
Okay.
Nyx, you will hear a knock at your door.
Yeah. But by the time of the knock, Nick will have his gun out and be saying for what it's worth, I've seen what my end will be, and it will be far worse than anything that could happen to you. And but before he gets a chance to pull the trigger, there'll be the knock on the door.
Plus the voice in your head.
Plus the voice. It's like,
Um,
I wouldn't think she'd be interested.
I'm gonna come in anyway when you respond to me.
The guard will kind of like step up to the door as he walks in. He was like, this gentleman, I believe that you came in with, finished early with his and would like to partake in yours, if that is.
I promise.
Let him in.
The guard will nod towards you, Rayon, and close the door behind you.
Okay, yeah, you'll see the situation.
Nyx is pointing a gun at this woman who is gotten down on her knees to effectively be shot in the head execution style.
You're into that really kinky shit. I mean, I can watch, that's fine. But I don't think that they're going to be okay with that outside.
Well, despite everything I've tried to say, she has nothing left to lose.
Oh, nothing left to lose, you say?
That's-
I can't reach it. I can't kill
I'm gonna say she.
I can't reach
I'll say she's just kind of like she's just kind of sitting there, and she's just kind of sitting there, and she was like, "Oh goody, witnesses."
the thing that hit me on the toilet.
Well, just make sure it don't break you again.
I'll say,
I am
she-
busy. I'm trying to think of how to word this in a way that can sound enticing. But
I say she's going to start off with she was like if you want my body, this gentleman right here just convinced me that I no longer need to do that.
I really don't like it to be phrased like that, but she came to conclusions, and I cannot change those conclusions.
cracks neck. What if I could give you a blessing that would allow you to curse any man who had sex with you?
I don't. She's gonna say. Well, she was like.
Alright.
She was like, if I care. She was like, the man who I want. She was like, the man who I wanted revenge against is dead.
Oh.
She was like, he helped me. She was like, he helped me realize that there's no one to seek revenge against. There's no one. She was like, there's no one to seek revenge against. There's no one to find happiness with. There's no place to find happiness with. The faster I die, then the faster I can probably go somewhere else.
I've got news for you. The system was rigged against you, and you can seek revenge against the system by cursing every man who has sex with you. You can take out the entire system with what's between your legs.
She'll she'll look towards you.
But can I roll a persuasion with that? At disadvantage, of course, since she feels like she should kill herself.
You're kind of, persuasion at disadvantage.
That's a 9, and then...
I'll say, because depending on what you guys do, I'm probably having to make a sheet for her because she might end up becoming an NPC.
Oh no.
I'm just going to use the nobility sheet for this.
We've been going too long. I think it's a plus 11 is my persuasion.
I can't look on there.
So it's a total of a 20.
Okay.
My laptop has just decided that it is no more.
She's not completely sold, but she's willing to at least listen.
Hear me out.
Okay. What would happen if I gave her the gift of unsurpassed fortune?
You said what if what?
Just so I don't screw up this gift-giving thing again. Because I'm having to talk this woman off the ledge of killing herself. Because if she kills herself, then it's no good for me. Because I'll have to give up that soul immediately. So
yeah.
I am going to give her an actually good contract compared to the shitty
technically
contract.
Technically you didn't screw up the last one. She's still alive.
Oh, I know, but I didn't talk her into killing herself like David did. So I want to actually I want to word the liberating freedom for this woman so that she actually gets freedom. But she has to agree to, 1, sleep with me, and then 2, continue sleeping with the rich and powerful men of this world.
And she'll be like, and she was like, and where will I find fulfillment in that?
Easy. You'll find fulfillment in the fact that you're taking down the system that has held you captive for so long.
And killed your husband.
And killed your husband. Can I roll another persuasion not at disadvantage?
This would be a disadvantage because the way that she still feels is that, so you want me to take someone else's husband.
Man.
Also, I've actually got to get going. Yeah, it's getting
All right.
Cool.
later. Good night, all. Thank you, Brian.
No problem.
16.
She would say, so you want me to inflict the misery that was done to me upon others and perpetuate the system.
It's a total of a 27.
She does seem to have a point.
I want you to inflict the misery to help those who are still struggling. You don't need a man in your life, and no one does.
In order to inflict this curse, I would need a man.
Well, yes, you're going to inflict the curse on men who are terrible men who are cheating on their wives. Or women who are cheating on their spouses and paying their spouses hard-earned money to do so.
So kill everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
And
You
you
can-
will give me the power. And you'll give me the power to do that.
Yes.
Oh. And we have a full house?
The music's kind of funny in the background.
So, yeah. I need Jackson and
She'll look towards you. And what do you get out of this?
Yes, Red. What would you get out of this?
Nope, I'll say. She'll say. If I've learned nothing here, it is that no one helps anyone for free.
I definitely am not doing this for free. I get to
And she-
pass this curse that I got from some woman on to evil men who are being horrible to women through you.
Pulling the string
So
of wood.
I'll say. So she's gonna say. So she was like. So you're hoping. So you want me to take your horrible curse so I can pass this horrible curse on to other people who might also be horrible.
Yes.
She'll look at you. She'll look over at you. She'll look over at you, Nix, and say, and she'll just don't care anymore. I just don't care anymore. She'll stand up and walk over to you, Rayon, and we'll say, whatever happens, happens. Whoever gets hurt, gets hurt.
Sign here for me, please.
I'll throw my weapon and holster it.
I'll say she said no, just give me your curse. She was like, no, just give me your curse. And she was like, and as an agreement, I will hurt as many people as possible in your name.
Rayon's gonna drop his pants and whip it out and say, "Let's do this."
Okay.
Nix, enjoy the show.
She will look over to you. She will look over towards you, Nix, and say, "Thank you."
You're welcome.
Yes, ma'am.
She will lay there as Rayon does his thing and successfully passes on his curse.
I would roll a performance check, but I don't have my sheet in front of me.
It's actually a Constitution check.
It's a horrible performance. You're giving somebody a
yes,
curse.
so you can go ahead on, yeah.
And I'll say with that, as
Okay, no problem.
I'll say as Nix either leaves the room or sits there and watches or ignores it.
I didn't think I would have. Given how the guards have reacted when other people went through, I didn't think I had to. I thought me leaving the room would cancel the room time. Therefore,
It
I
would.
cannot leave the room.
Okay, so as Nix uncomfortably sits in the room while Rayon passes on his
We're
curse,
sharing a moment.
and as
Rayon will be carrying on conversation with you in his head while he's doing this.
I say, and
He's like,
as Zara is going into the alley, looking for the dead body, I assume to make into more dead people. And as Suka is heading to go buy her naked slave as she is walking
She's not
around the
naked.
public.
I covered her body with my cloak.
Okay, cool. They did give you a key to her shackle. You are welcome to keep
I
it.
didn't shackles her in the room, remember?
Okay. You don't want the shackles?
No, I don't want the shackles.
Okay, they were free. They came with her.
You could use them on people we capture.
You know what? You're right. I will keep the shackles. I will put them in my holding, and I will take her to go get some clothes.
It's probably a really good lock.
You can use them on Evan if he's a bad dog.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna buy her like some basic clothing.
Okay. In which case, I will. I'm not saying. In which case, she is heading to go do that. And the rest of our. I'll say Zara. You have Thurn following you into the alley. I'll say following you because he doesn't want to risk anything happening to you. And our more heroic types are heading to go.
What are you talking about, more heroic type? I just brought this bitch her freedom, goddammit. And not even took a penny for myself.
Yeah, after you felt guilty because you couldn't use her as a juice box.
I didn't feel guilty because I couldn't use her as a juice box.
She bought her freedom so that she could get an actual word of consent from her. So that she could use her as a juice box.
Yeah.
But there was no guilt involved.
Means
I was
She
also
still
playing
says
Lock.
no. She still keeps her freedom and the clothes that I just brought to cover her back. And the 2 rations of food I'm going to give her because, I mean, it's in my inventory and I'm definitely not going to use it, so.
Alright. In which case, next,
It's like
must
one
say.
ration lasts a week, right?
Day.
Oh, well, give her 5.
Am I saying which case next time? I say in which case next time? Dark alleys. I say dark alleys, leaving the brothel, and depending on if you guys want to meet up, I say the mission of the haunted bakery, which kind of was supposed to be something later, but apparently it's getting done now.
Well, just because we have the flyer doesn't mean we're doing it immediately.
I wouldn't mind doing it immediately.
Well, it depends. Do you want to go meet the queen now? I say it's up to you guys. Between now and next session, you can determine whether you want to meet the queen now or do you want to do the bakery.
The player wants to do the bakery. The character. Actually, no. If the character also does the bakery, then it's something beneficial to the queen's domain, which could help the standing. So.
Well, I've got no investment in the queen thing, so if you want to be participating in the bakery, you're probably going to have to track our asses down.
True. The character doesn't even know what's happening.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah.
I'm just going to throw a fireball in the sky. That's normally gets Evan's attention.
It's also going to get the guards' attention.
Yeah,
That's right. If you want to start, more issues with the cops again,
I'm not going to start an issue. I'm not attacking anybody.
you start chucking fireballs in the air, they tend to get cranky.
We'll do lightning then.
That's not any better.
I must say, I did tell you guys how they feel about like magic users like running around, and they pretty much just like round up all magic users and throw you into like a boarding home.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought it was like if you live here.
Or if you start being a douchebag.
I'm not being a douchebag. I'm not attacking anybody.
You're setting off high-level spells in the middle of the tent.
I'll cast it at a low level.
3rd level is high by most people's standards, and that's as low as it goes.
No,
I'm gonna say if you're high enough to cast fireball, you're too high.
Yeah.
I'll cast Thunderbolt then. That's not too high, right? It's like
There is no Thunderbolt.
Oh well. Thunderclap.
Just
there we go.
Thunderclap is a range of around you.
Oh.
It's loud though.
It's loud. That's what I'm doing it for the sound. He'll hear it.
And all the cops will hear it and come running because like, it's a loud thunderous boom. They're like, what the fuck exploded? Don't cast shit.
Fine, I'll just turn into a Yeti.
Are you high?
But that's not magic. That's what I am.
Oh yeah, because I'm sure the cops will do much better with Bigfoot charging through town.
I'll be walking.
Hey, let me transform into a Yeti in the racist specious town.
like it.
Yetis are cool. Everybody loves Yetis.
Town
No,
is pretty
no.
racist.
I'm sorry.
Hey, the Abominable movie says otherwise.
Although to be fair, the Yeti is white.
See?
I'm surprised they didn't put a collar on me and proclaim me some sort of slave creature.
Because you have money. If you're in there, then you have money. They'll never treat you as nicely as they'll treat the humans. But, if you've noticed, there are other people who are like elves and halflings and, and other sort of, I'll say other sort of species, but they're not allowed to actually act like the rich and the nobles. They're allowed to work in that area, but they're not allowed to actually partake as the normals do. You guys kind of get a pass because you're travelers and they don't expect you to be here long. So they're like, we don't like the fact that you're here, but we could get some money out of it. There's like you're riffraff, but you're rich riffraff.
That's fair.
And the only two people so far who actually get a free pass are Vistani because they're scared of you, and I'm not saying they're scared of Vistani, and they actually respect Evan.
Evan is in the best place for Evan right now.
Technically, yes. This is the one place that he'll be worshipped like royalty.
Who the fuck is Evan?
Harrison
Our
Ford.
cleric. Or I say Sierra's brother, our cleric. He's the NPC with the beard.
Harrison Ford reportedly retiring after Indiana Jones 5.
You know how many times he's broken himself on set? Yep.
Or broken FAA regulation trying to fly his airplane.
Oh shit, really?
Well, that has nothing to do with him retiring. That's just him getting senile.
I thought like him and flying planes was a movie thing. Yeah,
He's actually
No,
a pilot.
he actually was a pilot.
Oh, he got stripped of his license?
I'm pretty sure the man tried to land on a taxiway.
He got fined.
Oh.
he got.
For a second, I thought
He's had multiple incidences.
Yeah,
And
but
they keep
just
finding him.
find
Yeah, for a second, I thought they were going to say he just fly directly into Class C space without getting permission.
No. Like, tried to land on a taxiway that there was a plane
shit.
on.
Oh shit, there's someone currently taxiing?
Yes.
Oh shit.
That's badass. And dumb. But badass.
Well, this is also the same guy who strung along, Miss Fisher while he was married and had kids.
To be fair to Harrison Ford, it was at John Wayne Airport, and the runway he was landing on is literally the size of a taxiway. And so there's a taxiway, runway, big runway. And so he was landing on the little runway, but was lined up with the taxiway.
Okay, that sounds like it's a problem with the designers of that airport.
Like,